Chapter 459. Alright Ping, this is good food. It's not expensive at all. Just eat one piece. It's not easy for Yun to send us so much. She's almost finished it herself. Liang Jinxiao quickly interrupted. Zhao Ping snorted softly and put her hands on the table. Next time when Shitzi comes again, he'll definitely bring these delicious food. Zhao Yun, do you know when Shitzi will come again? I don't know. Zhao Yun replied lightly. She really didn't know. Mu Lianfeng had left for a few days and she hadn't received any news. After being reminded by Zhao Ping she really missed Mu Lianfeng. Will he come back soon? Should be soon? Zhao Yun, you don't know? Does Shitzi not want you anymore? He must be playing with you. A woman like you will only be played by Shitzi. Don't take it seriously. It's better to find an honest and reliable person. Zhao Ping was gloating. She couldn't wait to see Zhao Yun end up like her and be abandoned by Mu Lianfeng. Shut up. Zhao Yun scolded. Damn it, if you want to die just say it. How dare you scold me? Zhao Ping was scolded by Zhao Yun like this. She didn't dare to fart again. After tidying up the things in old Zhao's house, Zhao Yun and Liang Jinxiao went back together and prepared for tomorrow's breakfast. Mulan didn't come in the afternoon. She asked San'er to send a message saying that she had something to do and would come over later to help. Zhao Yun and Liang Jinxiao didn't think it was a big deal. They just needed to do it. Today it was a little faster than yesterday. They finished it in 2 hours. Liang Jinxiao went back to old Zhao's house after helping. Zhao Yun saw that Mulan hadn't come over yet. She wondered if something had happened to Mulan, so she went to Mulan's house. Zhao Yun went to Mulan's house. Mulan's uncle wasn't in the yard. Sister-in-law Mulan. Zhao Yun called. Mulan came out of the house. When she saw Zhao Yun she said apologetically, Yun I'm really sorry. Erhua was crying in the room. I tried to coax her but she didn't calm down. Seeing Mulan frowning and worrying, Zhao Yun patted Mulan's shoulder and asked, Sister-in-law Mulan, you're fine. My mother and I are busy. Why is Erhua crying? Mulan shook her head. I don't know. That girl curled up in bed and refused to come out. She didn't say anything when I asked her. Zhao Yun thought that the child wouldn't be like that for no reason, so she said to Mulan, Sister-in-law Mulan, I'll go and see Erhua. Mulan sighed and brought Zhao Yun into the house. Zhao Yun saw Erhua curled up in bed looking very scared. She went up and touched Erhua's head. She took out a few candies from her pocket and gave them to Erhua. This is candy. Here, eat it. Zhao Yun said gently. Erhua sobbed. But children are the same. They can't resist the temptation of candy. Even though she was crying, she still took it. Eat it. It's very sweet. Erhua didn't dare to eat it. She looked at Mulan as if asking for Mulan's opinion. Eat it. Thank you, Aunt Yun first. Thank you, Aunt Yun. Erhua said. She choked and stuffed a piece of candy into her mouth. Erhua, can you tell Aunt Yun why you're crying? Zhao Yun continued to ask. She saw that Erhua seemed to be in a better state after eating the candy. Chapter 460. Mulan said from the side, Yun Erhua is like this when I asked her. She won't say anything. I'm worried to death. Zhao Yun looked at Erhua and knew that she must be frightened, so she had to continue asking. Erhua, don't be afraid. Your mother and Aunt Yun are here. We'll protect you. Did someone bully you? Erhua nodded carefully, then kept glancing outside the window. Erhua, it's okay. There's no one outside. You can say it softly. No one outside can hear you. Zhao Yun continued to coax her. After Zhao Yun said this, Erhua nodded and said softly, Uncle bullied me. He took me to his room and even took off my pants. He kept looking at my lower body and even showed me his. He said that if I told my parents he would beat me to death. After Erhua said this, she lowered her head and cried again. She looked like she was frightened. When Mulan heard this, she was completely dumbfounded. What did her uncle do? How could he treat Erhua like this? After all, Erhua was his niece, right? Zhao Yun exploded in anger. Damn it, that pervert. Yesterday she knew that Zhu Sanlu was a pervert. She didn't expect that after taking root with her, he would turn around and lay his hands on a child today. What was the point of keeping this kind of person alive? He could even lay his hands on his own niece. He was worse than a beast. This incident would probably leave a psychological scar on Erhua for the rest of her life. Yun, what do we do now? Mulan asked. Of course we're going to find your uncle to settle the score. Sister-in-law Mulan, you don't have to be polite this time. It's best to beat this kind of person to death. If he was beaten to death, he deserved it. Zhao Yun'er was an outsider. It was not good for her to get involved. She could only encourage Mulan to go. Yun'er, I'm going to call Erhua's father. I might not be able to beat uncle alone. Erhua's father is strong. Mulan's heart ached when she saw Erhua crying so pitifully. As a mother, her own daughter had been bullied to such an extent that she felt like killing someone. Her rationality overcame her impulse. She couldn't solve this problem alone, so she had to call Erhua's father back. Mulan ran into the field and soon found Zhu Eru. Zhu Eru listened to Mulan's explanation on the way back to the family room with a gloomy face. As soon as he arrived at family Zhu's courtyard, he kicked open Zhu Sanlu's room. Zhu Sanlu was so scared that he quickly got up from the bed and pulled up his pants. Looking at the broken door, Zhu Sanlu looked at Zhu Eru and complained, "Second brother, what's wrong with you? You broke my door." Zhu Eru walked over with a dark face and directly pushed Zhu San away. Lu's collar was pulled up. Zhu Sanlu usually didn't exercise and was thin. How could he compare to Zhu Eru, a man who worked in the fields for a long time? In Zhu Eru's hands, Zhu Sanlu was lifted up like a chick. "Second brother, what are you doing? Let me go?" "Let you go? Third brother, you beast?" As Zhu Eru spoke, his other hand landed a heavy punch on Zhu Sanlu's face. This punch directly swelled Zhu Sanlu's face and blood flowed out of his mouth. Zhu Sanlu screamed. Mrs. Zhu, who heard the noise, rushed out. The scene of him getting angry and beating someone up just now was too handsome and manly. Mulan really didn't find the wrong man. If she found a good-for-nothing, he would probably let his daughter be bullied. Mulan also looked deeply at her man. She had never seen Zhu Eru so angry before. However, not only was she not afraid, but she was also very excited. Chapter 462. Erhua's father was really good. This time he had helped Erhua vent her anger. She originally thought that Zhu Eru would only scold Zhu Sanlu a little because of their brotherhood. She didn't expect Zhu Eru to really hit him and be so ruthless. Mrs. Zhu was frightened by Zhu Eru's behavior. She hurriedly threw herself on Zhu Sanlu's body and started crying again. "You deserve to die. Are you trying to cripple your younger brother? Your younger brother hasn't married yet. Are you going to cut off his bloodline? My son, nothing bad will happen to you. If anything happens to you, I won't live anymore." Zhu Sanlu was already rolling on the ground in pain because his crotch had been kicked a few times. A layer of cold sweat appeared on his forehead. However, among the people present, except for old Madame Zhu, no one felt sympathy for Zhu Sanlu. "Mother, don't yell. Third brother deserves it. If he doesn't have a wife, he should control his crotch. If he really wants a woman, I'll ask you to marry one. He's worse than a beast to lay his hands on his own niece." Zhu Eru stared coldly at Zhu Sanlu, who was on the ground in pain. Mrs. Zhu frowned. "What do you mean? What did Sanlu do? If you don't explain yourself today, I won't let you off." Zhu Eru sneered. "Mother, if you want an explanation, then I'll explain it to you." Zhu Eru told her what had happened. Mrs. Zhu listened and blinked. She didn't know what to say for a moment. However, she couldn't just watch Zhu Sanlu suffer so much. She said coldly, Erhua said that your younger brother did it, so he did it? Do you believe a child's words?" "Mother, don't be unreasonable. Erhua has been crying all day. How can a child tell such a lie? If you want to protect third brother, then protect him. Anyway, I'll say it here today. If he tries to do anything bad again, my fists won't be good for anything. If he makes me angry, I'll spread the news. I'll see if he still wants to live in the future." Zhu Eru's words really scared Mrs. Zhu. "Eru, don't tell anyone about this. Our family Zhu can't afford to lose face like this. Your third brother hasn't even gotten married yet. If his reputation is ruined, he won't be able to find a wife," Mrs. Zhu grumbled. Zhu Eru snorted, "Mother, it's good that you know. Let third brother take care of himself." With that, Zhu Eru angrily left the room. Mulan and Zhao Yun'er also followed him out. Before leaving, Zhao Yun'er looked at the miserable Zhu Sanlu on the ground and felt a burst of joy in her heart. It was better not to kill him. Letting him live a life worse than death was better than directly killing him. Thinking about it, Mrs. Zhu was really biased. From the beginning to the end, she had been protecting Zhu Sanlu. Even if Zhu Sanlu had done such a thing, he still didn't want to blame Zhu Sanlu. Instead, he wanted to question Zhu Eru. They were both a piece of flesh that fell from his own body. Why was there such a big difference in treatment? After several people left, old Madame Zhu sat on the ground and burst into tears. Firstly, it was Zhu Sanlu who was crying. Secondly, it was her who was crying. She had been bullied miserably by the first branch these days. Now her younger son was being bullied by the second branch. Why were the mother and son's lives so miserable? Lu, do you have any problems? Mother will call a doctor for you to take a look. Chapter 463. Mrs. Zhu glanced at Zhu Sanlu's lower body. It was a bloody mess. She wasn't sure if Zhu Sanlu could still do it in the future. After sniffling, Mrs. Zhu comforted him. It's okay, Lu, it'll be fine after we get a doctor to come and take a look. You can still do it in the future. After hearing Mrs. Zhu's words, Zhu Sanlu was relieved. Mother, then hurry up and find a doctor for me. Mrs. Zhu sighed and nodded. Lu, if you want to do it, you should have told Mother earlier. Mother is arranging for you to get a wife, but you're treating Erhua as a child. It was no wonder that Zhu Eru hit him in anger. Most people wouldn't be able to take it. Zhu Eru went to his room and looked at Erhua. He hugged Erhua and comforted her. Looking at his daughter, his heart ached. He blamed himself for not protecting Erhua well. Don't blame yourself. You've already helped Erhua vent her anger today. Mulan comforted him from the side. Lan, we have to protect a few children in the future. We won't let you suffer any more. Zhu Eru said firmly. When Mulan heard this, she suddenly felt very happy and nodded at Zhu Eru. Eru, I believe in you. Looking at the warm scene of the family together, Zhao Yun was a little envious. In fact, the happiest thing for a woman was to have a man who loved and protected her. There was no doubt that Mulan was happy now. Zhao Yun suddenly thought of Mu Lianfeng. She was also a woman and wanted to have someone to rely on from time to time. If Mu Lianfeng was here, then when she encountered a similar situation, Mu Lianfeng would be like Zhu Eru and deal with the people who bullied her and her children, right? Sister-in-law Mulan, I'll go back first. Zhao Yun said goodbye. Mulan nodded. Yun, you can go back. I have to thank you for what you did today. Otherwise Erhua probably wouldn't have said anything. Zhao Yun smiled and shook her head. It's nothing. On the way back, Zhao Yun was thinking about what had just happened, so she was a little absent-minded. She didn't even hear the sounds around her. It wasn't until Lu Lei stood in front of her that Zhao Yun reacted. Brother Lei Zi. Zhao Yun called out with a smile. It seemed that he hadn't seen Lu Lei for a long time. Lu Lei's eyes revealed a trace of sadness as he said to Zhao Yun, Yun, I called you several times. Is that so? I didn't hear it. Zhao Yun said apologetically. She really didn't hear him just now because she was lost in her thoughts. However, Lu Lei thought that Zhao Yun deliberately ignored him, so he was a little sad. Yun, I haven't seen you in a long time. Are you okay? Lu Lei asked a little nervously. Zhao Yun nodded. I'm pretty good. How about you, Brother Lazy? How have you been recently? I'm pretty good too, Lu Lei said. Lu Lei couldn't help but look at Zhao Yun a few more times. Previously he was still brooding over Xiao Hong's words, but then he found out that Mu Lianfeng never came to Zhao Yun's house again. This meant that there was nothing between the two of them. Everything in the past was probably a misunderstanding. He still had a chance. Chapter 464. Brother Lei, is there anything else? If there's nothing else, I'll go back first. Zhao Yun said. How could Lu Lei let Zhao Yun go like this? He hurriedly asked, Yun, is there anything else you need help with at home? Do you want me to do something for you? Zhao Yun shook her head. Brother Lei, thank you, but there's nothing I need help with at home. Okay then. Lu Lei looked a little disappointed, which made Zhao Yun a little uncomfortable. This man was very good, but she didn't like him. She couldn't force herself to accept him. When Zhao Yun was about to go back, Zhao Ping'er and Ma Xiaofeng walked towards her. Zhao Ping'er was still holding a bunch of flowers in her hand and wearing a big one on her ear. She thought she was very beautiful. Ma Xiaofeng was also holding a bunch of flowers, holding hands with Zhao Ping'er. They looked very intimate. Ma Xiaofeng was not old, only 15 or 16 years old. Her appearance was not bad. She was delicate and pretty but a little dry. Her family was even poorer than old Zhao's family. She often didn't have enough to eat, so it was normal for her to be so thin. Seeing Zhao Yun and Lu Lei together, Ma Xiaofeng poked Zhao Ping'er and hinted. Zhao Ping'er looked up and saw Zhao Yun and Lu Lei together. She immediately walked over angrily and said to Zhao Yun, why are you so shameless? You're still fooling around with a man in broad daylight. Aren't you afraid that others will gossip? Zhao Yun only felt that Zhao Ping'er's scolding was a little inexplicable. What did you say? Is there something wrong with your head? Zhao Yun replied coldly. What do you mean I'm sick? Zhao Yun, I'm just reminding you out of kindness. Everyone in the village is gossiping about you, saying that you are indecent and don't know how to avoid men when you meet them. You're actually flirting with each other. Our family's face is completely lost because of you. Zhao Ping'er said to Zhao Yun'er angrily. Then, as if she was afraid that Zhao Yun'er would get angry, she hurriedly pulled Ma Xiaofeng away. This made Zhao Yun'er want to scold her even more. What was this? Could it be that she couldn't even talk to other men? Of course, Zhao Yun'er didn't know that Zhao Ping'er was so angry because of Zhao Ping'er's jealousy. Why is it that Zhao Yun'er, this unrestrained slut, has so many men around her but I don't? Until now, no man has taken a fancy to her. Just thinking about it makes me angry. Although Lu Lei wasn't that outstanding, he was at least tall and strong. He was also considered a talent in the village. After Zhao Ping'er left, Lu Lei said to Zhao Yun'er apologetically, Yun'er, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have talked to you. Zhao Yun'er shook her head. Brother Lei, it's okay. My sister is just crazy. Don't take her words seriously. Lu Lei sighed and nodded. Okay, it seemed that if he really wanted to talk to Zhao Yun'er next time, he would have to avoid her. After Zhao Ping'er and Ma Xiaofeng walked for some distance, Ma Xiaofeng couldn't help but ask, Ping'er, didn't you say that your sister opened a breakfast shop? Zhao Ping'er nodded. Yeah, why? That should be very profitable, right? Zhao Ping'er thought for a moment. I don't know either. But I heard from my mother that the business is pretty good. It should be very profitable. Since she earns so much money, when the time comes, let her give you some money to buy rouge, silk flowers and pretty clothes. I heard that after women put rouge on their faces, they can become prettier. Chapter 465. Fourth uncle, fifth uncle, stop praising. Hurry up and eat. Otherwise the dishes will get cold, Zhao Yun'er said. Okay. Let's eat. Today's feast is really sumptuous. It's a good meal. Us brothers are also having a good time, Zhao Wentao said with a smile. Zhao Yun'er liked Zhao Wentao's candid personality very much. Among the brothers, her fourth uncle was her favorite. Her eldest and second brother were too weird. Her father was a steamed bun. Her fifth brother was not the steamed bun. Because of his studies, he was more rigid. Only her fourth uncle was slightly more rebellious. Sometimes he would even argue with Hua Chunhua and Zhao Baoshan. Third sister-in-law, sit down and eat too, Zhao Wenxing said. Liang Jinxiao waved her hand. No, you guys eat. I'll stand. You men are drinking at the table. It's okay, third sister-in-law. Let's sit down and eat together? It's really okay. You guys eat. We can just stand and eat. Liang Jinxiao insisted. The table was already small. With the four men sitting on each side, there was no space. Sometimes old Zhao's women were not allowed to sit at the table. She was used to it. Third sister-in-law will eat then. Eat. The aroma of the dishes and the strong aroma of the wine made the people outside the room salivate. Zhao Wenshui said, not only are the dishes delicious, but the wine is even more fragrant. I can tell that it's good wine just by smelling it. Big brother, it's a pity that we can't drink it. Zhao Wenshi snorted. It's all because of that Yun. I've never seen such a bad girl. Sigh, if I had known earlier, I would have helped third brother today. Who knows, I might have gotten a drink now. Forget it. If you help me, I might not let you drink it. The aroma of the wine is too alluring. Big brother, why don't we go in and ask for a drink? If you don't want to eat, why don't you give us a glass of wine? You're going? Zhao Wenshi replied. Anyway, he was not going. Although he wanted to drink, he was not as thick-skinned as Zhao Wenshui. The main thing was that if the other party didn't give it to him, how embarrassing would that be? Let's go together. Big brother, it's not good for her to reject the two of them, don't you think? I'm not going. He definitely won't give it to you. Second brother, you better not think about it. Sigh. Zhao Wenshui sighed and couldn't help swallowing his saliva. It would be fine if he didn't see it, but the fragrance couldn't be covered up. It was hard not to smell it. Li Chuang and Zhao Wenshui felt the same way. Seeing the third branch eat and drink well, they felt uneasy. She had thought that the three branches would have to live a hard life after separating from the main family, but in the end, she had miscalculated. Therefore, he could not help but nudge Hua Chunhua beside him. Mother, although the third branch has been separated, you are still the elder. After separating, the son still has to support his parents. No matter what, third brother and the others should send you some delicious food and let father have a drink? Only they are eating. They are too heartless. It would have been fine if Li Chuang did not say it. Once Li Chuang said it, Hua Chunhua felt that this was the case. He gave birth to an ingrate. He has forgotten his parents' good food and drink. He also doesn't remember who raised him. Hua Chunhua raised her voice. Her tone was full of dissatisfaction. With such a loud voice, the people in the room also heard it. The brothers who were drinking looked very embarrassed. It was a bit wrong. They were brothers drinking. Shouldn't they also call Zhao Baoshan over? Chapter 466. This person directly ordered all the food on Zhao Yuner's stall. Mulan was the one who served this man in black. When she heard that he actually ate so much, she couldn't help but be a little surprised. He ordered so much in one go. Could his stomach hold it all? Even 4 or 5 people wouldn't be able to finish all these things. Thus, Mulan asked uncertainly, "Young master, are you sure that one person can eat so much?" The man in black didn't answer Mulan. Instead, he looked sharply at Mulan. Mulan was so frightened that she quickly shut her mouth. She could only follow this person's instructions. She walked in front of Zhao Yuner and whispered in Zhao Yuner's ear, "Yuner, look at that person. He's a little strange. He ordered so many things in one go. Let's not talk about whether he can finish it or not. Looking at him, I don't even know if he can pay." This was what Mulan was most worried about. These things added up to a lot of money. The man in black was dressed in rags. Could he really take out so much money? Although she was suspicious, he wouldn't come over to renege on the debt. With so many people around, if he really did, then they would send him to the authorities. Anyway, the authorities were in Yang City. It was convenient to arrest him. Zhao Yun also sized up this man in black. She smiled at Mulan and said, "It's fine. Let's go." Okay then. Out of Mulan's expectations, not only did this person finish all the food, but it wasn't enough. He continued to order a lot more. Mulan stared at this man in black, flabbergasted. Wasn't this a little too much? This wasn't an appetite that a normal person could have. Looking at the way this person ate, it was as if he hadn't eaten for hundreds of years. Mulan walked in front of Zhao Yuner and couldn't help but say, "Yuner, this person is too strange. He ate so much and still ordered food." Zhao Yuner also couldn't help but take another look. He dressed strangely, acted strangely, and even ate strangely. What a strange person. Zhao Yuner was busy entertaining the guests and didn't have time to think too much. When it was time to pack up, this person was still there. "Young master, we've sold out everything here. Please settle the bill." Mulan walked to the black-clothed man and spoke to him. When it came to paying the bill, the black-clothed man was a little hesitant. He took out 10 copper coins from his pocket and placed them on the table. This is all I have," the black-clothed man said. Mulan was stunned. It was only 10 copper coins. This man had eaten a total of 200 copper coins today. "Young master, you're still short of 194 copper coins. Please pay up," Mulan said with a frown. "That's all I have." "So you're saying that you're going to go back on your word?" Mulan frowned. She knew it would be like this. However, this man was really bold. Wasn't he afraid of going to the officials? Go back on my word? The black-clothed man's voice turned cold. He shook his head and said, "I won't go back on my word. I'll owe you first, or I'll help you with your work. I'll do whatever you want me to do." In Mulan's view, this black-clothed man was just an excuse for him to go back on his word. "How can you do this? If you don't pay, then I can only send you to the officials. At that time you'll be beaten," Mulan said somewhat seriously. In fact, she just wanted to scare him. Who knows, he might pay after being scared. After all, 194 copper coins wasn't a small amount. She couldn't just let him go back on his word. Chapter 467. Why are you like this? If you don't want to pay up, you're not paying up. Just as Mulan was about to continue speaking, the black man suddenly stood up and slammed the table, giving Mulan a fright. Zhao Yun stared at the man. Her intuition told her that this man was not simple. Hence, she said to Mulan, "Sister-in-law Mulan, forget it." Then she said to the man in black, "This breakfast is on me. Everyone has their difficulties. Take care of yourself in the future. Take this 10 copper coins as well." The man in black looked at Zhao Yuner again, then picked up the 10 copper coins on the table and said to Zhao Yuner, "Thank you for the meal. I'll repay you when I have the chance. Goodbye." With that, the man in black left the stall. Mulan said, "Yuner, the more I look at that man, the stranger he seems. We lost 200 copper coins." Zhao Yuner pursed her lips and said with a smile, "It's okay. We didn't lose much money. That man is not simple. If he really wanted to go back on his word, we probably wouldn't have been able to catch him, let alone send him to the officials." Mulan nodded. "I see. Yuner, you're still the best." What's so good about that? As they spoke, they had already started to pack up the stall and were preparing to go back. On the way back, Liang Jinxiao talked about Zhao Ping'er's marriage. She was not free during the day, but she had to discuss Zhao Ping'er's marriage with a matchmaker, so she asked Li Chuiying to invite the matchmaker over in the afternoon. If Zhao Ping'er could get married, Zhao Yun'er would naturally be happy. Mother, then you should discuss it properly. It's fine as long as the conditions are similar. Tell Sister Ping'er not to be too picky. Liang Jinxiao nodded and said, yes, I know. It's good enough that Ping'er has a normal man. She can't stay at home forever. The car swayed to the village. Zhao Yun'er had lunch and went to old Zhao's house in the afternoon to check on the situation. It was rare for her to be interested in Zhao Ping'er's marriage. Around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the matchmaker came over. She was a woman in her 50s. She was short and plump and dressed more luxuriously than the average person. She really looked like a matchmaker. This matchmaker's surname was Gao. She was quite famous in the nearby villages and towns. She specialized in matchmaking, so she knew many people. As soon as he arrived, Li Chuiying greeted him warmly. He boiled a bowl of eggs and syrup for the matchmaker and brought it over. He said to Matchmaker Gao, thank you for your hard work, Matchmaker Gao. I've been looking forward to seeing you, but you're finally back. Come, take a seat. These are eggs and syrup. Hurry up and eat. Seeing Li Chuiying being so attentive, and then glancing at the eggs and syrup in Li Chuiying's hands, Matchmaker Gao did not refuse. She took the bowl and ate it one bite at a time. In fact, in her line of work, it was inevitable that she would be warmly received by the host wherever she went. Therefore she ate a lot of good food. Eggs and syrup were not rare in her eyes. Zhao Yun'er was also sitting at the side. Looking at the way Matchmaker Gao ate, she felt that her mouth was greasy. A good bowl of eggs and syrup was eaten by her, and she had a very disgusting feeling. Chapter 468. Hua Chunhua snorted disdainfully. Your little sister will marry into a rich family in the future. Can she introduce anyone to her? Li Chuiying's mouth twitched. He knew that Hua Chunhua was dreaming again, but he couldn't expose Li Chuiying. He could only continue to coax her. Mother, Qianhu is of marriageable age. You have to introduce him to someone, right? What's more, if the matchmaker can find a good husband for my Jing'er and they give a lot of betrothal gifts, then all the money will belong to you, mother. Our family's money will be in your hands. After Li Chuiying said this, Hua Chunhua felt that it was true. How much could eggs and syrup be worth? If she could find a good husband, then the betrothal gifts would be considerable. Hence she said to Li Chuiying, all right then. You take good care of them. Li Chuiying grinned and replied, Mother, I know. As she said that, she ran over to Matchmaker Gao with a grin and started chatting with her. Matchmaker Gao learned about the basic situation of the two girls in old Zhao's family. Zhao Jing'er's conditions were not bad. After all, she was only 16 years old. She was at the prime of her life, and it was easy to find a good husband at this age. As for Zhao Ping'er, she was a little older. Basically, there were no girls of her age in the village. Matchmaker Gao then asked about the situation. Sister-in-law, why is your daughter still unmarried at 20 years old? You don't seem to be in a hurry. I want to know if she has never been married or if she is married and her man died and she wants to remarry? Matchmaker Gao's question was very direct and didn't think too much. Her question made Liang Jinxiao feel a little awkward. Liang Jinxiao pursed his lips and said with a smile, she has never been married. Matchmaker Gao nodded. That's good. A girl who hasn't been married is a virgin. Although she's a little old, it's still easier for her to find a husband than those who have remarried. In ancient times, women's chastity was very important. Generally, it was difficult for a non-virgin woman to get married. Matchmaker Gao continued to ask, does your daughter have any injuries? Or you can't have children. You have to make it clear to me. You can't cheat other people and ruin my reputation. After all, your daughter is still unmarried at this age. I always feel that there's something wrong. Before Liang Jinxiao could reply, Li Chuiying smiled and said, Matchmaker Gao, don't worry. There's nothing wrong with my niece. It's just that she's ugly and that's why she can't get married. Although Li Chuiying spoke up for Liang Jinxiao and seemed to have good intentions, there was a hint of schadenfreude in his tone. Matchmaker Gao nodded in understanding. So that's how it is. It's okay for a woman to be ugly. As long as she can bear children, she will definitely be able to get married. With me around, I'll definitely be able to help her find a husband. Matchmaker Gao's words seemed to be comforting Liang Jinxiao, but it sounded a little strange. Liang Jinxiao smiled embarrassedly. Sigh, it'll be great if she can get married. Then I'll leave the matter of finding a husband to you, Matchmaker Gao. Matchmaker Gao laughed and said, no problem, no problem. After all, there was money to be made when the time came. Are the girls from your two families home? Why don't you invite them out for me to take a look? Matchmaker Gao asked. Chapter 469. Liang Jinxiao also shouted into the house, Ping come out too. Zhao Ping came out of the house when she heard the voice, but Zhao Ping didn't come out for a long time. Matchmaker Gao looked at Zhao Ping's appearance and praised her. She said to Li Chuanying, you're a pretty girl. Fortunately, she doesn't take after you. She probably takes after her father, right? It'll be much easier for her to find a rich husband. Matchmaker Gao originally thought that Li Chuanying wouldn't be able to give birth to a beautiful daughter with his looks. After seeing Zhao Ping's appearance, she realized that it wasn't what she thought. Li Chuanying was happy and embarrassed at the same time. Matchmaker Gao just said that she was ugly. Her Jing didn't look like her. Matchmaker Gao wasn't wrong. Li Chuanying wasn't good looking to begin with. He looked a little fierce like a man. The men in old Zhao's family were all good looking. Zhao Wenshui was a little younger, but he was also a fair and clean little boy. In terms of looks, he was much better than Li Chuanying. Zhao Ping lowered her head shyly when she was praised by Matchmaker Gao. She was excited because Matchmaker Gao said that she would be able to find a good husband. Liang Jinxiao laughed awkwardly and said, I don't know what my daughter is doing. Maybe she's shy. She hasn't come out yet. He then said to Zhao Yun, go tell your sister Ping to come out. Zhao Yun nodded. She was also curious about what Zhao Ping was doing in the house. She pushed the door open and entered the room of the third house. She found Zhao Yun looking at herself in the bronze mirror. There was a flower pinned to her ear. She was wearing thin clothes, but they were relatively new and the color was a little brighter. This woman, was she dressing up in front of the mirror? The more Zhao Yun looked at Zhao Ping, the more she felt that she was twisted. The problem was that after dressing up like this, she still felt good about herself even though she was obviously ugly. Zhao Yun did not know what to complain about. Perhaps she was used to it. Sister Ping, didn't you hear mother calling you? Of course I heard it, but I can't just go out like that. Yun, look at me, don't I look good? Could he go out to meet the matchmaker? I'm afraid that if I don't look good, they won't introduce me to a husband. Zhao Yun swallowed her saliva. She didn't want to deal a blow to Zhao Ping. It's all right. Hurry up and come out. Don't let them wait for too long. Zhao Ping nodded happily. Got it. After saying that, Zhao Ping walked out of the room bashfully, like a young daughter-in-law meeting her in-laws. Zhao Yun could not help but complain in her heart. It was just meeting the matchmaker. Did Zhao Ping have to act like this? As soon as Zhao Ping came out, Li Chuanying and Zhao Jing could not help but laugh. They were amused by Zhao Ping's appearance. After Matchmaker Gao saw Zhao Ping's appearance clearly, she finally understood why Zhao Ping was still unmarried. Her appearance was really a little shabby. Even if the average family was not poor, they would not be willing to make do with someone like Zhao Ping. Seeing that Matchmaker Gao was silent, Liang Jinxiao asked nervously, Matchmaker Gao, can my daughter find a husband? Chapter 470. Liang Jinxiao nodded understandingly. I know that. It's okay if the conditions are a little worse. It's okay. It doesn't matter if he's poor as long as he treats Ping well in the future. I'm relieved to hear that. Don't worry about it. I'll inform you once I find a suitable match. Matchmaker Gao, I'll leave Jinger's matter to you. Please be careful. If the match is good, I'll give you a big red packet. Li Chuanying said with a smile. I know. I'll definitely choose a good match for you. Thank you. Matchmaker Gao asked a few more questions and got up to leave. She was still 5 or 6 miles away from Shuilan village. If she went back too late, it would be dark by the time she got home. Zhao Yun stayed with the third branch for a while. In the third branch, Zhao Ping was anxious about whether she could get married or not. She asked Liang Jinxiao to buy her a new set of clothes. Mother, can you buy me a set of clothes? If Matchmaker Gao introduces a match for me, I'll be able to dress better when I meet people. If it's like now, I'm afraid that the man will be scared away when he sees me. Zhao Yun was amused by Zhao Ping's words. She was a little self-aware now. She knew that her appearance was scary. Liang Jinxiao was stunned. Zhao Ping was pestering him. If he didn't buy it, his daughter would probably make a fuss. If he bought it, a bolt of cloth would not be cheap. A bolt of slightly better colored cloth would cost a few hundred copper coins. This was not a small expense for a country bumpkin. Although Zhao Yun'er's breakfast stall earned a little money, she also gave her a little. However, she wanted to save the money to buy land. If she saved it for a while, she should be able to buy a mu of land by the end of the year. Land was the foundation. Without land, there was no guarantee for her future life. If one day Zhao Yun'er's breakfast stall could not run, she would still have land. Her life would not be too difficult. Zhao Ping begged Liang Jinxiao relentlessly. "Mother, I've never worn any good clothes in my life. Now that I'm about to get married, you won't make me a set. If I don't dress up well, I won't be able to get married. I'll have to eat and drink at home for the rest of my life. It costs more than a set of clothes, right?" Liang Jinxiao sighed. "Ping it's not that I can't bear to buy you." Before Liang Jinxiao could explain, she was interrupted by Zhao Yun. "Mother, buy it for her. I will pay for it. By the way, buy a set for Tianan and Qianfu." Liang Jinxiao did not expect Zhao Yun to agree. This was because Zhao Yun and Zhao Ping did not get along. Naturally, Liang Jinxiao could not guess what Zhao Yun was thinking. Zhao Yun felt that Zhao Ping's words were not without reason. Clothes make the man just as Buddha makes the man. It was indeed a bonus to dress up well. Zhao Ping was a little ugly. It was better to have a set of clothes made for her than to look like this. Not to mention anything else, dressing up well would make her stand out among the country bumpkins. She might be able to give others a good impression. If Zhao Ping could get married, there would be one less troublemaker in the family. A few hundred copper coins were nothing. Zhao Ping looked at Zhao Yun in disbelief. Chapter 471. In addition, she bought some oil, salt, spices, vegetables, and the like. She bought 5 caddies of pork at once, and the boss of the meat shop gave her some big bones. There was no meat on the big bones and there was no oil, so the ancient people did not like it. But in the 21st century, the big bone soup was very nutritious, and the price was a little higher than the price of ordinary meat. If the soup was stewed with this big bone soup, it would definitely taste good. Zhao Yun asked, "Boss, if I buy meat and big bones from you every day, can you lower the price?" "Miss, if you can buy so much every day, I can definitely lower the price for you," the boss said with a smile. "How can it be cheaper?" "Miss, I can give you a discount of 1 copper coin for the pork and big bones. That is, the pork will be 14 copper coins per caddy, and the big bones will be 2 copper coins per caddy. Miss, what do you think?" Zhao Yun thought about it and felt that it was very cost-effective. After all, many little drops make a mickle, and when the time came she could save a lot. The price of the meat on this stall was about the same. Zhao Yun came several times and compared the prices. This stall was more generous. So the meat on this stall was sold faster than other stalls. In this way, the meat would definitely be fresher than other stalls. "Okay, boss, then I will patronize your business in the future." "Haha, good. Give me another 5 caddies of big bones." "Okay." The boss quickly picked out 5 caddies of big bones with more meat and gave them to Zhao Yun. After paying the money, Zhao Yun carried these things and put them in the car. Today's big purchase cost more than 500 copper coins. Fortunately, the stall was full. Otherwise, although the other things were not very expensive, the pots and pans would cost a lot. The most important thing was that it took more time to buy those things. "Sister-in-law Mulan, let's go back," Zhao Yun said. "Okay." Mulan nodded. Seeing that Zhao Yun bought so many big bones, she was a little puzzled and asked, "Yun, what are you buying these big bones for?" "So, tomorrow I will cook noodles with some big bone soup. Will definitely taste good. This thing is not expensive and the cost is low, but it can be boiled in a big pot." Mulan nodded. "I see. You can eat it yourself. Sister-in-law Mulan, the children in your family are growing. Boil some big bones for them to nourish their bodies." There was no nutritious food at home. If the children didn't eat well, it would be difficult for them to grow taller. Take a few pieces of big bones. Mulan thought about her 3 children. They were indeed very skinny and did not gain any weight. But the family's conditions were not good. In the past, he didn't know how to buy big bones. Although the price was cheap, the villagers felt that there was no oil or water, so there wasn't much nutrition. Now that Zhao Yun said so, this thing seems to be very nutritious. "Yun, are these big bones really that good?" "Of course. The bone soup is very nutritious. It is more nourishing than eating meat directly." "Okay, then I will take 2 pieces back to stew." If it was something expensive, Mulan would be embarrassed to accept it. 2 copper coins per caddy was quite cheap. Okay. The carriage stopped in the courtyard of Mulan's house. Zhao Yun picked 3 big bones with the most meat on them and gave them to Mulan. Chapter 472. Zhao Yun was a little confused. That? Which one? The more Zhao Yun asked, the more shy Mulan became. Yun, that one. That thing between a man and a woman. Mulan thought about it and said it out loud. Zhao Yun had also given birth, so she must have experienced that kind of thing before. If it was with Huang Hua, that girl, this topic would not be easy to discuss. After all, it was not good to talk about the things between a man and a woman. Mulan was still very shy. In the past, she had never talked about this topic with other women. Zhao Yun could be said to be the first. Zhao Yun was still a little confused. What did the things between a man and a woman have to do with this fish bubble? Sister-in-law Mulan. I still don't understand. What are you using this fish bubble for? Mulan's face was red as she started to explain to Zhao Yun. After explaining, Zhao Yun finally understood what was going on. People in ancient times did not have contraceptive measures, unlike now where there were pills and condoms. But when they did not want to have children, they could only use some contraceptive measures in ancient times. This set of fish bubbles was one of them. Zhao Yun blushed after hearing this. Actually, she was a leftover woman in the 21st century. She had never experienced the things between a man and a woman. When she transmigrated in this life, she became a mother. She had never experienced that kind of thing before. Mulan said with a red face, "We already have 3 children at home. It's enough. If we have more, we won't have the energy to take care of them. If we eat more, I'm afraid we won't be able to raise them. So if you want to avoid contraception, it's best not to get pregnant. It's safer to wear this thing." Zhao Yun nodded shyly. Then, sister-in-law Mulan, you can use it. If I still want to eat fish later, I'll keep this fish bubble for you. Mulan also responded shyly. Then Yun, thank you. You're welcome. The 2 women blushed as they talked about this topic. Mulan stood up and said, Yun, I'll go back first. Zhao Yun nodded. Mulan, see you tomorrow. Knowing that Mulan was far away, Zhao Yun was still imagining the dirty scene. Mulan had worked so hard during the day. Wouldn't she be tired if she went back at night? However, it was inevitable for adults to have such needs, especially those who had tasted the feeling of love between a man and a woman. Zhao Yun suddenly thought that if she married Mu Lianfeng in the future, would she have to do such dirty things every day? Would she be like Mulan, using things like fish bubbles as contraception? Mother, why is your face so red? Dao suddenly ran over and asked in a soft voice. Mother, your face is so hot. Are you sick? Daodu's small eyebrows wrinkled together with a serious face. Mother is really fine. Zhao Yun smiled and comforted her. Seeing her son care about her, she was very touched. Daodu insisted, Mother, no. Daodu promised father that when father is not here, Daodu will take good care of mother. If father knows mother is like this, he will definitely be distressed. Looking at Daodu's serious appearance, Zhao Yun's heart was filled with warmth. But when did her son collude with Mu Lianfeng? Mother is really fine. It's just a little hot. If you don't believe me, you can take a look later. I guarantee that mother's face will not be red. Chapter 473. At night, Zhao Yun cooked a plate of braised fish and settled everything. Then she began her beauty treatment plan. If she maintained herself now, when Mu Lianfeng really came back, he would probably see her as a haggard old woman. Fortunately, there were beauty products at home. Zhao Yun took out the jar of honey. She smeared some honey on her face and then lay down to wait. Mother, why are you smearing honey on your face? Daodu was a little curious. Mother can become prettier this way. Oh, but mother is already pretty. If she becomes prettier, she will become a fairy, Daodu said in a soft voice. When did this child become so good at praising people? Perhaps in the child's eyes, his mother was the most beautiful person? After applying the honey for 15 minutes, Zhao Yun washed it off with water. She pressed her hand against it and felt that her face had tightened a lot. She went to bed early to prevent the dark circles from remaining. The next morning, Liang Jinxiao brought Zhao Ping'er over. Zhao Ping'er was accompanied by Ma Xiaofeng. Ma Xiaofeng carried a basket in her hand. The basket was filled with fresh vegetables picked from the vegetable garden. She was probably going to sell them in Yang City. Zhao Ping'er said to Zhao Yun, Xiaofeng is also going to Yang City today. Why don't we take her with us? It's 6 copper coins to go back and forth on the ox cart. Zhao Yun frowned and scolded Zhao Ping'er in her heart for being brainless. She was considerate and saved money for others, but she didn't think about how big her little donkey was. If they took Zhao Ping'er and Ma Xiaofeng, it would be 5 people. Adding on the things they were carrying, one could imagine how heavy it would be. Sister Ping'er, my family Xiao Mao can't carry so many people. You should also take the ox cart. As she spoke, she took out 6 copper coins from her sleeve for the fare. As for Ma Xiaofeng, she would have to pay for it herself. Zhao Yuner said this in a disguised way to refuse to take Ma Xiaofeng to the street. Ma Xiaofeng was a little embarrassed, and her face didn't look very good. Originally, he thought that he could save the 6 copper coins, but now it seemed that he didn't manage to save it. 6 copper coins was not a small amount. She only wanted to earn a little more by selling vegetables on the streets. Zhao Ping'er pursed her lips and looked at Xiao Mao. It was such a small donkey, it didn't look like it could pull many people. All right then. That was the only way. He couldn't be so thick-skinned as to sit there, could he? Ma Xiaofeng left somewhat unwillingly. When Zhao Ping'er saw Ma Xiaofeng's unhappy expression, she started to apologize. Xiaofeng, I'm sorry. I didn't know it would be like this. Ma Xiaofeng ignored Zhao Ping'er, and Zhao Ping'er was a little anxious. Xiaofeng, I'm really sorry. I didn't expect it either. Zhao Yun, that little donkey is really small. Zhao Ping'er, then why can't you do what you promised? If you can't do it, then don't agree to it. Look at your sister, didn't she say that on purpose? You've made me lose face. Those who didn't know better would think that I was trying to take advantage of you. No. Zhao Ping'er hurriedly waved her hand. Xiaofeng, I'm sorry. Maybe it's really that the little donkey can't pull so many people. It's my fault. How about this, when we go to Yang City, I'll treat you to breakfast. Zhao Yuner opened a breakfast stall. We'll go and eat a little then. When Zhao Ping'er said that, the anger on Ma Xiaofeng's face dissipated a little. Chapter 474. But if that was the case, how could he have the nerve to ask old Zhao's family? She couldn't bring herself to do that. Zhao Yuner snorted. How is it not possible? There were too many shameless people in old Zhao's family. It was not impossible for them to steal things. Moreover, old Zhao's family had seen it when she sent those things over last time. It was normal for them to have bad intentions since they couldn't get it directly. Then, who could have stolen it? Liang Jinxiao frowned and asked again. Zhao Ping'er blurted out, it could have been either my second aunt, my youngest aunt, or my grandmother. These 3 people were the most suspicious. Because in the whole old Zhao's family, the second branch and Zhao Xinhui were the most gluttonous. Zhao Ping'er knew the characters of old Zhao's family better. Zhao Ping'er's guess was almost the same as Zhao Yuner's. These people were the most suspicious. Liang Jinxiao still sighed. We don't have any evidence now. It's not appropriate for us to ask them directly like this. After all, they were a family. It was not appropriate for them to say such things. But we can't let them eat our food for free. Zhao Ping'er curled her lips. She was angry at the thought of it. She didn't even have enough to eat so many pastries. She said to Liang Jinxiao angrily. Ping'er, since you're so angry, why don't you ask my aunt and second aunt? Zhao Yuner said indifferently. Now she knew that she was making things difficult for Liang Jinxiao. She didn't even say a word. She thought that everything would be settled by just moving her mouth. I won't. Zhao Yuner, do you think I'm stupid? If I ask my grandmother directly, she'll scold me to death. She won't admit it. You're so evil. You don't want me to do this kind of thing. Zhao Yuner snorted coldly. Since you already know, then why are you still talking about it? Instead of questioning mother, it's better to think of a way yourself. Zhao Yuner, do you want to quarrel again? When Liang Jinxiao saw that the 2 sisters were about to fight again, he hurriedly said, Okay, don't quarrel over this matter. How about we just forget about it? It's not good to hurt the harmony of our family. No. Zhao Yuner and Zhao Ping'er said at the same time. Zhao Ping'er was upset because her food was stolen. If it was something else, it would be fine. But those pastries were so delicious that ordinary people couldn't eat them. It was one thing to steal, but to steal the rest in one go. Zhao Yuner felt that if there was a first time, there might be a second time. If she didn't teach the thief a lesson this time, her food would definitely be stolen again. Sai, what should we do? Liang Jinxiao frowned and sighed. Mother, don't worry. I have a way. Yuner, do you have a way? Liang Jinxiao asked. Zhao Ping'er also came up to listen curiously. Zhao Yuner pretended to be mysterious and said, I'll tell you tomorrow. By the way, mother, I'll go to Yang City tomorrow and buy a lock on the way back. When I come back, I'll put everything in the house. When I leave, I'll lock the door to avoid today's situation. Chapter 475. I also think it's delicious. Zhao Ping smiled. Ma Xiaofeng supported herself with one hand and whispered in Zhao Ping's ear, Ping, why don't you learn how to make these desserts next time? If there's a chance in the future, we can also work together to open a breakfast shop. After all, Zhao Yun'er is your sister. The money she earns doesn't necessarily go to your parents. It's better to earn money in your own hands. You can buy a lot of beautiful clothes and jewelry and then dress yourself up. After hearing Ma Xiaofeng's words, Zhao Ping also felt that it was true. That's good. When we go back, we'll learn from her. If there's a chance, we can also open a breakfast shop to earn money. And then, Ma Xiaofeng nodded happily. She didn't expect Zhao Ping to be so gullible. She really fooled her with just a few words. In fact, if it weren't for this, she would be too lazy to associate with Zhao Ping. The reason she got close to Zhao Ping was because she felt that Zhao Ping was uglier than her. When the two of them appeared in the village together, people only paid attention to Zhao Ping and ignored her. Therefore, she had a sense of superiority when she was with Zhao Ping. At the same time, Zhao Ping was gullible. She would do whatever she was told to do. A few words of coaxing would be enough. There wasn't a second person like her in the village. After the two of them finished eating, just as they were about to leave, they were stopped by Zhao Yun'er. Ma Xiaofeng, the things you ate are worth 24 copper coins. Please pay before you leave. After Zhao Yun'er finished speaking, Ma Xiaofeng was a little confused. 24 copper coins? How could she have so much money? Today she only brought a total of 10 copper coins. The round trip cost 6 copper coins, and the rent of the stall to sell vegetables later would cost 2 to 3 copper coins. Aren't you Ping's younger sister? So you're considered Ping's, right? Ping said that she would treat me. Ma Xiaofeng's meaning was very clear. Since it was considered Zhao Ping's stall and Zhao Ping said that she would treat, then why should she pay? Yes, Zhao Yun'er, I said that I would treat Xiaofeng. Why are you still asking her for money? Zhao Ping asked angrily. She felt that Zhao Yun's words made her lose face. You said please, did I agree? It's not like you can't treat her, but you can pay for both her and your money. 50 copper coins total. Zhao Ping's eyes turned red. Where would I find the money to give you? Why do I have to pay for breakfast? The Ping's eyes, but it's Aziz's, is it? Now that I'm in a bad mood, I naturally have to take it. Zhao Ping, please understand that this is my stall. Mulan and I opened this stall together. It has nothing to do with father and mother. I'm the one who worked myself to death and I'm the one who paid for it. I'll pay mother's salary, so even if it's you can't eat for free. What's more, you didn't ask for my permission to treat others. Alright, both of you pay up. I don't have money. Zhao Ping, pursed her lips. If you want money, ask mother. I don't have it anyway. Alright, then I'll deduct your share from mother's salary. But Ma Xiaofeng's 24 copper coins, I'll have to trouble her to give it to me. Otherwise, I'll send you to the authorities. You'll be flogged several times for eating and dashing. Ma Xiaofeng was frightened by Zhao Yun'er's flogging. She looked at Zhao Yun'er pitifully and said, Sister Yun'er, I really don't have that much money. Chapter 476. Judging from Zhao Yun'er's attitude, she had no choice but to give it to her. Ma Xiaofeng bit her lower lip. If her mother knew that she spent 24 copper coins to buy breakfast, she would skin her alive. Her family was poor to begin with, and 24 copper coins was not a small sum. Jejia, if I knew that it would cost money, I wouldn't have eaten it. My family is really poor, so I'm afraid that I can't afford it. Ma Xiaofeng began to complain in front of Zhao Yun'er again, trying to gain sympathy. She thought that if she did this, Zhao Yun'er would let her off. Unfortunately, Zhao Yun'er did not soften or sympathize with her. Ma Xiaofeng, you can't spit out the food you ate, so it's useless to say this now. I know that your family is poor, but I believe that it's not to the extent that you don't have 24 copper coins. It's hard for me to set up a stall and sell things, so I can't earn much. If you really don't pay, we can only meet at the yamen. Okay then. I'll give it to you when I get back. Okay then. Ma Xiaofeng ran away angrily with the basket. When she left, Zhao Yun'er saw that her tears were flowing down from anger. Zhao Ping hurriedly chased after her. Unfortunately, Zhao Ping ignored Ma Xiaofeng no matter how she coaxed Ma Xiaofeng. Zhao Ping put all the blame on Zhao Yun'er. Waiting for Ma Xiaofeng to run away, Liang Jinxiao frowned and said, Yun'er, Xiaofeng is quite pitiful. Yun'er, why don't we just forget about the money? Zhao Yun'er knew that Liang Jinxiao was soft-hearted, but she was not. Mother, look at Ma Xiaofeng. She's obviously using Ping or Jie to take advantage of you. We can't let this kind of person take advantage of us. Otherwise, she will continue to take advantage of us next time. Liang Jinqiao sighed. Thinking about it, Ma Xiaofeng did like to take advantage of others. The things belonged to Zhao Yuner. She had no right to control Zhao Yuner. She hoped that Zhao Yuner would do the same, and that Ma Xiaofeng would learn from her mistakes. Mother, let's get back to work. Yeah. Liang Jinqiao nodded and continued to be busy with Zhao Yuner. Not long after, two people arrived. One of them was Xiao Hong, and the others were women who often sold vegetables on the streets. When they arrived at the stall, they were also stunned. They had heard that the buns at this stall were very delicious, so they wanted to buy a few to try. He didn't expect the owner of this breakfast stall to be an old acquaintance. Why is it Zhao Yuner and Mulan? Yeah, when did they open a breakfast stall in Sun City? We didn't even know. There are so many people and business is so good. I guess they can make a lot of money, right? That goes without saying. They'll definitely make more money than us. One basket of vegetable buns sold by them is probably enough for us to sell vegetables until we die from exhaustion. The women chattered and discussed, their voices filled with jealousy. After all, no one wanted to see others doing well, especially Zhao Yuner doing well. Auntie, don't be envious of her. Her business is doing so well because she's capable. People will only buy it if it's delicious. Xiao Hong said. The women were very disdainful. What can she be capable of? I think she's just lucky. The heavens were really unfair. Good people are poor, but people like her still give her such a chance to make money. That's right. God is blind. Actually, we have the capital. We can open a breakfast stall next door. Who knows, we might be able to make money too. That's right. Why don't we open one together? Chapter 477. Alright, let's go buy buns then. Yes. Let's go buy buns and try their cooking. Let's see if it's similar to ours. Okay. Xiao Hong walked along with these women, thinking that since these people were so jealous of Zhao Yuner opening a breakfast stall, they might cause some trouble. She could join in the fun if she followed. To be honest, she was also a little jealous when she saw that Zhao Yuner's stall's business was so good. When these women saw so many people lining up in front of Zhao Yuner's stall, they were all waiting to buy buns. If they wanted to buy it, they would have to line up like everyone else. How long are we going to wait in such a long line? Yeah, why don't we not line up? Zhao Yuner is from the same village as us. We know each other. Yes, we're from the same village. It's her honor to patronize her business. Naturally, we have to buy first. Alright, then let's cut the line. We'll talk to Zhao Yuner later. Okay, then let's not line up. It's a waste of time. As they spoke, the women squeezed into the line together. The people who were originally in line questioned the people who suddenly cut the line unhappily. What's wrong with you? Why are you cutting the line? Everyone is lining up. Why are you cutting in? Yes, line up consciously. Don't you see so many people lining up? Who are you? What right do you have to cut in line? The women were very unreasonable. What's wrong with us cutting in line? The person selling breakfast is from our village. We know her. Haven't you heard that it's easier to do things with connections? Of course we can cut in line if we know her. Who can you blame if you don't know her? Let us buy first. How could the people who were lining up obediently be willing? They started arguing with the women. That won't do. Who said that we can cut in line just because we know her? If we come here every day to buy, wouldn't we already know the boss? Let's ask the boss what the rules are for lining up to buy things at this stall. Because of the commotion, Zhao Yuner was alarmed. Zhao Yuner also heard the conversation just now. He frowned with some displeasure. Did these women deliberately come here to make trouble? Everyone looked at Zhao Yuner, waiting for Zhao Yuner to speak. Yuner girl, quickly tell them to let us buy it first. Auntie, everyone is lining up. No one has any special privileges. If you want to buy my family's buns, you should also line up. Zhao Yuner said lightly. She knew that if she really let these women buy it first, the other customers would definitely not be satisfied. Who would line up obediently in the future. Not only would this affect the order in front of the stall, but it would also bring trouble to him. Most importantly, he would lose some customers. Therefore, Zhao Yuner would rather offend these women than offend other guests. Hearing Zhao Yuner's words, the women were very angry. Zhao Yuner, what do you mean? Aren't we from the same village? We are from the same village, but what does it have to do with you lining up to buy things? Then can't you do us a favor? To think that we were kind enough to come over and take care of your business. Good intentions don't have good karma. Zhao Yuner heard and sneered in her heart. So she had to thank them for coming over to cause trouble? Chapter 478. As Zhao Yuner spoke, she gestured for the women to leave. After Zhao Yuner finished speaking, the women were stunned. They never expected the outcome to be like this. Some of them were unwilling to accept it, and the people at the back of the line began to urge them. Hurry up and leave. You're blocking us from buying. As they spoke, some of them moved their hands and directly pushed the women away. The women stood at the side angrily. How could they accept such a huge loss of face? The few aunties were kind enough to buy the buns, but they didn't expect Zhao Yuner to be like this. If it were me, I would definitely let the aunties buy them first. Xiao Hong instigated. It would have been better if she didn't say it, but the women became even angrier. How can Zhao Yuner be as sensible as Hong? Isn't it just opening a breakfast stall? How smug is she? Seriously. This kind of person got rich because the heavens didn't have eyes. She even looks down on us villagers. Who does she think she is? In the end, it's because she's not good enough. A slut is a slut. Seeing that she had successfully angered the women, a smug look flashed across Xiao Hong's eyes. These women were very talkative. When they returned to the village, they would probably spread rumors. At that time, there would probably be some unpleasant words about Zhao Yuner. Today, Zhao Yuner's mood was not very good because of the two incidents. After packing up the stall, Zhao Ping also came back. She was thinking about buying cloth to make clothes. The few of them walked together to a shop that sold cloth. They chose a shop that was more affordable for commoners and went in. Zhao Yuner looked around and picked a light pink cloth, which made her look younger. However, her body wasn't very old. She was only 19 years old. Some other dark-colored cloth looked rustic. Zhao Yuner chose a dark purple one for Zhao Tianan. It looked better and was resistant to dirt. Zhao Tianan often went to the fields to do farm work. If he wore light-colored clothes, they would get dirty easily. She chose a blue horse for Zhao Tianfu, which was suitable for boys. It was not easy for Zhao Ping'er to buy one, so it took her a long time to choose. Mother, do you think this looks good? Nice. What about this? It looks good too. And this? Pretty. Girl, just pick one, we're all waiting for you. Mother, can't you let me choose? It's my first time buying one, so I have to buy the best one. Liang Jinxiao sighed. He felt helpless when it came to his eldest daughter. Zhao Yuner snorted softly. If she was ugly, she wouldn't look good in anything. Did she really think that she could turn herself into a great beauty just by doing this? Zhao Ping'er finally chose a bright red one. Liang Jinxiao frowned and asked, Ping'er, I think this color is too bright. I'll definitely be criticized when I wear it back. Really? Of course it's true. Then I'll change it. Change it? Then I want this. Zhao Ping'er picked up a purple-red one. Liang Jinxiao looked at it and thought it was okay. The color was brighter but not as flashy as bright red. Ping'er, this is good. Let's buy this. Zhao Ping'er nodded happily. Chapter 479. Since she had said that she would spend the money, she had no choice but to do so. Sometimes, women still had to be willing to invest in themselves. She had to take advantage of her youth to avoid waiting until she was old. Even if she had a lot of money, it would be too late to invest. After buying these things, the few of them went home together. For the next few days, Liang Jinxiao made use of the time at night to rush Zhao Yuner's clothes. Liang Jinxiao was considered to be clever and skillful. The style of the clothes was very beautiful, and there were some flowers embroidered on it. It was very realistic. When Liang Jinxiao handed the clothes to Zhao Yuner to wear, Zhao Yuner couldn't help but sigh. Mother, your needlework is really good. The flowers are embroidered beautifully. Liang Jinxiao smiled and said, I learned it from your great-grandmother. I only learned a little bit. Great-grandmother? Yes. Liang Jinxiao nodded. Then great-grandmother is quite amazing? Yes, Liang Jinxiao smiled and told Zhao Yuner about her great-grandmother. It turned out that her great-grandmother was not simple. She used to be the daughter of a big family. Later on, her family declined and she married into the countryside. She married Zhao Yuner's great-grandfather. Therefore, her great-grandmother still knew a lot of skills. For example, embroidery was her specialty. Liang Jinxiao learned this skill from her. Try it on. Try it on and see if it fits. Liang Jinxiao urged while holding the clothes. Zhao Yuner nodded and tried the clothes on. As Liang Jinxiao had tailor-made the clothes according to her figure, It fit very well. After Zhao Yun changed into the new clothes, her entire temperament changed completely. The clothes outlined her slender figure. The pink clothes made her look like a delicate flower. The patterns on the hem of the skirt came alive when she twirled it. Liang Jinxiao looked at his daughter in a daze. After Zhao Yun dressed up, she looked even prettier than the young ladies on the streets. Mother, what do you think? There was no mirror, so Zhao Yun couldn't see the effect. Liang Jinxiao smiled and said, "Nice, very nice. Yun, you look like a different person after changing your clothes." Really? Zhao Yun felt that Liang Jinxiao was exaggerating. Really, why would mother lie to you? Haha, alright then, I believe you. But mother, I can only wear these clothes at home. I can't wear them when I sell breakfast in the morning. The oil stains are hard to wash off. It's fine. Just put on another set of clothes. Come back early when you're done. Just take off your outer clothes. Zhao Yun thought about it and felt that it was fine. In order to wear the new clothes, Zhao Yun specially took a bath first, so that her smelly sweat wouldn't dirty the clothes. After taking a bath, Zhao Yun took the wooden basin to the river to wash the clothes. Zhao Yun casually tied her hair into a bun. 2 bangs fell on her forehead and a red bow was tied on her head. During this period of time, she had been applying honey to her face. Her skin was much smoother and fairer. Her complexion was very good. Coupled with the pink dress, she looked very girlish. She was a vivid beauty. When she walked in the village, she attracted a lot of attention. After all, there were very few people in the village who were so good-looking and dressed so well. When the men saw her, many of them revealed some greed. Chapter 480. When the women saw Zhao Yun, they looked at her with hatred. Women were naturally jealous. They couldn't bear to see other women who were prettier and prettier than them. They also couldn't bear to see their men staring at other women in a daze as if they had enough. So after Zhao Yun walked past, many women gathered together and criticized Zhao Yun. Isn't she just seducing men by dressing so flirtatiously in the village? She doesn't have a man, so she's seducing someone else's man. She's so cheap. Isn't that so? She can't hold back her thirst. It's not like there haven't been rumors about her and other men in the past. Looks like the rumors in the past were true. I wasn't sure in the past, but now it looks like it's most likely true. Sisters, you have to keep an eye on your men at night. Don't let them be seduced by this slut. Got it? If my man dares to go over, I'll break his legs. Zhao Yun didn't hear these women's discussion. If she did, she would probably explode in anger. Why didn't they take a look at their men? Would she seduce them? When Xiao Hong saw Zhao Yun's outfit, she gritted her teeth in jealousy. Lu Lei liked Zhao Yun to begin with. Now that Zhao Yun was dressed so nicely, would Lu Lei still like her? In order to seek psychological comfort, she also started to discuss with these women. Zhao Yun is so pretty now. I reckon any man will like her. Luckily I'm not married yet. I don't have to worry about the men at home like all of you. After Xiao Hong said that, the other women snorted. She just earned some money. She's dressed so flirtatiously. This kind of woman can only be looked at and doesn't care about the family. It's useless to marry her. She spends money recklessly. No matter how much property she has, she can still squander it. Xiao Hong hurriedly agreed. That's right. Marry a virtuous wife. You should marry someone like all of you, virtuous and thrifty. You shouldn't spend money in improper places. No matter how pretty a face is, it can't be eaten. You marry a wife to live your life, not to serve her. Xiao Hong's flattery made the women feel better. Thus, she began to praise Xiao Hong as well. Hong, when it comes to looks, you're not inferior to Zhao Yun at all. You're more sensible, virtuous, and frugal than her. Even if your family has money, you don't squander it. Otherwise, with your Xiao family's conditions, what kind of beautiful clothes can't you buy? That's right, Hong is a sensible girl. Whoever marries her will be blessed. It's a pity that I only have one son. Otherwise, I would have let him marry into my family. It's all right. Hong is such a good girl. A good man will eventually discover her. You'll definitely find a good man in the future. Being praised by these people, Xiao Hong lowered her head shyly. Zhao Yun came to the riverside, quickly washed the clothes and then carried a bucket of water back. On the way they met Zhao Si. Zhao Si came back from work outside and saw that Zhao Yun was having difficulty carrying the heavy bucket of water. He went up to help and said, "Cousin Yun, let me help you carry it." Zhao Yun glanced at Zhao Si and rejected him. "No need, brother Zhao Si. I can carry it myself. I'm on the way, so let me help you carry it." "Cousin Yun, Are you still angry at me because of the joke I made last time? Zhao Si was referring to the time when he put her and Lu Lei together. Chapter 481. Since you're not angry with me, I'll let you carry it for you. It's not a big deal anyway. I can help. Zhao Yun'er couldn't win against Zhao Si, so she had no choice but to agree. Thank you, brother Zhao Si. Zhao Si shook his head. It's okay. You're welcome. Zhao Yun'er pursed her lips. She felt that Zhao Si was quite enthusiastic. However, Zhao Si was her relative. It was normal for him to take care of her. However, when the two of them walked together, rumors immediately spread that Zhao Yun'er seduced Zhao Si. Some people who wanted to stir up trouble went directly to Zhao Si's house and told his wife. Zhao Si's wife, Nian, rushed to Zhao Yun'er's house with a kitchen knife. Many women also came to join in the fun. What the women wanted to see was Zhao Yun'er being defeated. They didn't dare and had no reason to stir up trouble. They had to find someone to stand up for her. When Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Si came over, they were stunned when they saw the scene. Zhao Si said to Nian, Qin, why are you here with a kitchen knife? Why are you not cooking at home and here? Nian glared at Zhao Si angrily. I'm here to settle the score with this vixen. She seduced my man of all people. Zhao Si was stunned. He digested what Nian meant. Did his wife mean that Zhao Yun'er seduced him? While Zhao Si was stunned, Nian had already rushed toward Zhao Yun'er with the kitchen knife. She looked like she wanted to fight Zhao Yun'er to the death. Zhao Si hurriedly took it down and yelled at Nian, What are you doing? Seeing that Zhao Si was protecting Zhao Yun'er, Nian made a bigger fuss. Zhao Si, are you protecting this little b*****? Zhao Si glared at Nian and said fiercely, What do you mean by protecting her? You're just talking nonsense. Why did he rush over with a kitchen knife and say such things? Who told you that cousin Yun'er seduced me? Why don't you use your brain and think about it? We are cousins. What else can happen? Just now, he saw that it was difficult for her to carry the water alone, so he helped her carry it back. He didn't know that such a small thing could be described as seduction. Do you know that this will ruin cousin Yun'er's reputation? Nian calmed down after being scolded by Zhao Si. Thinking about it, Zhao Si and Zhao Yun'er were cousins. What else could happen? If something really happened, then it would be incest. She knew her man well. He would never do such a thing. Moreover, other than seeing Zhao Si helping Zhao Yun'er carry the wooden bucket, she really didn't see Zhao Si do anything out of line. Along the way, she had been instigated by other women, so she didn't know the specific situation. All right, hurry up and apologize to cousin Yun'er. Don't be so reckless next time. Nian knew that she was in the wrong, so she immediately apologized. Cousin Yun'er, I'm so sorry. I don't have a brain. I believe everything others say. This time I wronged you. Nian's attitude was good. Just now, Zhao Si also helped her to scold Zhao Yun'er. Naturally, Zhao Yun'er wouldn't hold on to it. Chapter 482. Zhao Yun'er's sharp eyes swept across the group of women who were watching. They were so scared that they trembled and didn't dare to make a sound. All right, let's go back. Don't follow the crowd next time. Don't talk nonsense if you don't know the situation. Look, aren't all the rumors false? Zhao Si tugged at Nian's arm. She said that for Nian's sake as well as for those who spread rumors. After that, Zhao Si said to Zhao Yun'er, Cousin Yun'er, I'll go back first. Zhao Yun'er nodded. The people who were there to watch the show gradually dispersed. Seeing these people leave, Zhao Yun'er was a little annoyed. They always said that she seduced men. Who was she seducing? It takes two to clap. Since the man wanted to cheat, it meant that there was something wrong with him. Why did they have to blame it on the woman? Zhao Yun'er hated people who had an affair with other women behind his wife's back, not to mention having a relationship with them. A group of brainless women. At night, Zhao Yun'er was grinding beans under the candlelight. Daodu had already gone to bed. Now that the trial sale had been going on for a while, the soybean milk was selling quite well. It cost 2 coins per cup. It was delicious and nutritious. Many people bought soybean milk with fried dough sticks. There were quite a lot of rich people in Yang City. They didn't feel reluctant to spend money on food. If this soybean milk was brought to a small town, it probably wouldn't sell so well. Zhao Yun'er was grinding when the door of her house suddenly rang. Knock, 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 someone was knocking on the door. Zhao Yun'er frowned. Could it be that A*** really came to find her? Who is it? Zhao Yun'er asked. The person outside didn't answer. Who is it? Zhao Yun'er asked again. Still no one answered. Zhao Yun'er cursed in her heart. He was even playing with her. How interesting. If you know what's good for you, get out of here quickly. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude. You're in for it. Zhao Yuner threatened, but the man outside the door still did not leave. Zhao Yuner frowned. This man wouldn't want to force it, right? Did he know that a woman like her was easy to bully? Motherf asterisk her, if he really dared to use force, she wouldn't mind beating him until he begged for mercy. Bang, bang, bang. Someone knocked on the door again. Zhao Yuner decided to open the door first and deal with this man just like how she dealt with Zhu Sanlu. Thus he opened the door. When Zhao Yuner saw a black figure come in, she took the basket and covered his head. Then she picked up the rolling pin at home and threw it at the man. I'll beat you to death. How dare you come here in the middle of the night? If I don't teach you a lesson, you won't know how powerful I am. Zhao Yuner scolded angrily as she hit him. Yuner, it's me. Yuner, don't hit me. It's me. The man begged for mercy. Zhao Yuner was stunned. This voice was so familiar. This person's figure also seemed very familiar. Zhao Yuner suddenly remembered that it was Mu Lianfeng. She was a little excited and a little uncertain. Was it really Mu Lianfeng? But why did he come here so late? Just as Zhao Yuner was puzzled, Mu Lianfeng took the basket off his head. Yuner, are you trying to murder your husband? Mu Lianfeng's tone had a trace of playfulness and helplessness. This time he came back with great difficulty. He didn't expect to be treated like this by Zhao Yuner. It was really a little frustrating. Chapter 483. Mu Lianfeng smiled helplessly. If it wasn't me, who else could it be? Yuner, it wasn't easy for me to come back just to see you, but you beat me up until I'm covered in scars. Zhao Yuner's mouth twitched. She also felt a little embarrassed and distressed after hitting Mu Lianfeng. That's because you didn't say it yourself. I didn't know who it was. I wanted to give you a surprise. Mu Lianfeng explained. Zhao Yuner's mouth twitched a few more times and she continued to talk to Mu Lianfeng. Then you should be glad that I didn't beat you to death. You didn't say a word and I didn't know it was you. A few days ago there was one who came running over. I beat him up and threw him out. Zhao Yuner was talking about Zhu Sanlu. Hearing Zhao Yuner's words, Mu Lianfeng's eyes suddenly became sharp. A man came to find you? Who is it? Zhao Yuner looked at Mu Lianfeng with a murderous gaze. It was probably because he didn't want to see his woman being provoked by other men. I've already taught them a lesson. Don't worry, it's useless even if they come. If one comes, I'll beat one. If two come, I'll beat both of them. I'll beat them to death. Looking at Zhao Yuner's fierce look, Mu Lianfeng's mouth suddenly curled into a smile. His Yuner was so cute. Mu Lianfeng also knew that Zhao Yuner must have suffered a lot while he was gone. If he could accompany her by her side, it wouldn't be like this. Therefore Mu Lianfeng took a step forward, walked in front of Zhao Yuner, and pulled Zhao Yuner into his arms. Yuner, Mu Lianfeng whispered in Zhao Yuner's ear. Zhao Yuner felt that she was caught off guard and fell into a broad embrace. Mu Lianfeng's pleasant smell enveloped her whole body. Mu Lianfeng hugged her so tightly that Zhao Yuner didn't even have a chance to struggle. However, this feeling of being hugged tightly by Mu Lianfeng was somewhat warm. Her heart couldn't help but beat at this moment. Mu Lianfeng buried his face in Zhao Yuner's neck and said to Zhao Yuner, Yuner, I miss you so. I've been thinking of you all this time. I've been thinking of you all the time. Facing Mu Lianfeng's affectionate confession, Zhao Yuner blushed slightly. I miss you too. Seeing that you didn't come back for so long, I thought that you didn't want me in Daodu anymore. There wasn't even a message from you. Zhao Yuner's tone was a little reproachful. Because she missed him, she blamed him for not even sending her a message. Yuner, I'm sorry. Aren't I back now? This time I'll never leave you guys again. Mu Lianfeng hugged Zhao Yuner tightly. Zhao Yuner didn't know whether she should believe him or not. Maybe he had to leave again in the future for some special reason. However, Zhao Yuner could feel Mu Lianfeng's heart. This man was making a promise to her. It wasn't easy for him to do this. I know. The atmosphere between the two of them became more and more ambiguous. Mu Lianfeng couldn't help but caress Zhao Yuner's face. He kissed her forehead, then began to kiss her face and finally her lips. His lips covered those two soft areas just like cotton. There was a hint of sweetness amidst the freshness. After tasting it, he sank deeper and deeper. Chapter 484. He was greedy and Zhao Yuner could only passively accept it. Mu Lianfeng's kiss was so passionate that she almost couldn't breathe. Zhao Yuner tried to push him away, but she couldn't muster up any strength in front of Mu Lianfeng. She had just opened up a little when Mu Lianfeng's hand grabbed her head again. This guy, could he not be so violent? Her mouth was about to be bitten off. Mu Lianfeng had no intention of letting go. Their movements woke up Daodu, who was in the bed. Daodu poked his head out and saw Zhao Yun'er and Mu Lianfeng passionately together. Although Daodu was very excited to see her father come back, she still obediently did not disturb the intimacy between the two of them. His head, which had originally poked out, went back into the blanket and continued to pretend to be asleep. Zhao Yun'er couldn't break free, so she could only accept it. Mu Lianfeng's kiss was so passionate that Zhao Yun'er's body slowly went limp. She suddenly thought of a phrase like a wolf or a tiger. Mu Lianfeng was a wolf and a tiger, and he wanted to eat her up. After a while, Mu Lianfeng stopped kissing and continued to hug Zhao Yun'er. I really miss you. I know you miss me. But why are you here so late? After all, it was already so late. Mu Lianfeng wasn't in a hurry to come over, was he? I just arrived in Yang City in the evening. After I settled the matters in Yang City, I rushed over to you. After saying that, Mu Lianfeng added another sentence. Because I miss my wife and son and I desperately want to see them. I don't want to waste any time. Zhao Yun'er's heart was filled with a touch of sweetness. It turned out that he was always thinking about her. Zhao Yun'er called out to Mu Lianfeng. You must be tired from the day. Come and rest. He had been on the road for the whole day, so he was probably exhausted. Mu Lianfeng nodded. The two of them lay on the bed in each other's arms. Although he was a little sleepy, Mu Lianfeng suddenly couldn't bear to sleep. He had been waiting for this moment for so long, and he finally returned to Zhao Yun'er's side. Yun'er, His Majesty ordered me to do something here, and it will probably take a while. Once this matter is done, I can ask His Majesty to grant a marriage. Mu Lianfeng hugged Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er couldn't help but be curious. Here. In this village we're going to mine in the mountains. There's a huge iron ore mine in the mountains. His Majesty is expanding the army, so he needs more weapons. We found it 3 years ago. We came here at that time, but there weren't many people. We were stationed at the foot of the mountain. This time we're going to start the official mining. His Majesty is in charge of it, so Yun'er, during this time, I'll be in the village to accompany you. Zhao Yun'er nodded. She could understand. The ancient times were the era of weapons. Once the army expanded, weapons were indispensable. This required a large amount of iron. Once a mine was found, it was normal to mine the iron ore. And mining the mine wasn't something that could be done overnight. That meant that Mu Lianfeng would stay in their village for a long time. She wasn't in a hurry to marry Mu Lianfeng. As long as this man could stay by her side, it was fine. Okay. Yun'er, if only I could meet you earlier. Why didn't I see you when I came to the village 3 years ago? Mu Lianfeng said regretfully. Chapter 485. Zhao Yun'er smiled. It's hard to say when it comes to fate. You didn't meet me in the past, so it can only be said that fate hasn't arrived yet. Perhaps you might not have taken a fancy to me when we met then. To fall in love with someone, one had to consider the right time, place and people. Mu Lianfeng thought about it and agreed. The first time he met Zhao Yun'er, he was attracted by her uniqueness. If it wasn't for that time, he wouldn't have noticed this woman. The two of them chatted for a while more before falling asleep. The next morning, Zhao Yun'er went to sell breakfast as usual. On the way back, she bumped into Ma Xiaofeng, who was sitting on the ox cart. There were still some vegetables in the basket she was carrying. She probably didn't sell all the vegetables on the street, so these were the leftovers. Lu Lei, Xiao Hong and other acquaintances were also sitting on the cart. Zhao Yun'er almost forgot about the 24 copper coins that Ma Xiaofeng owed her. She was too busy every day, so sometimes she would forget about it. Zhao Yun'er's little donkey slowed down a little when it caught up with the ox cart. The moment Ma Xiaofeng saw Zhao Yun'er, she quickly averted her gaze, not daring to look at Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er knew that Ma Xiaofeng was afraid that she would ask for money. She would avoid it if she could. Zhao Yun'er didn't ask for it previously, so she thought that she had forgotten. As long as she didn't appear in front of Zhao Yun'er, she probably wouldn't remember it either. Zhao Yun'er smiled and said, Ma Xiaofeng, how's business today? Zhao Yun'er's sudden question made Ma Xiaofeng's heart tighten. She knew that Zhao Yun'er definitely wanted money. No, nothing. Ma Xiaofeng answered guiltily. It wouldn't be good if she didn't answer. The 24 copper coins you owe me, I thought you would take the initiative to give it to me. But I've waited for a few days and still haven't seen it. If you still don't send it over, I'll go to your house and ask for it. Zhao Yun'er said faintly. She didn't really want to find trouble with Ma Xiaofeng, but she really hated this woman's character. He owed her 24 copper coins, yet he didn't say a word and even avoided her. If she forgot about it, she would really not return it. She wanted to get lucky. When Ma Xiaofeng heard this, her face turned green with fright. Actually, she had been selling vegetables in Yang City every day for such a long time. Sometimes she would walk there because she wanted to earn more money. Then she could save 1 or 2 copper coins from the money she earned from selling vegetables. If Zhao Yun'er really asked her for money, she would have the money to pay. She couldn't tell her mother about this. If her mother knew that she owed 24 copper coins, she would definitely skin her alive. Big sister Yun'er, can you give me a few more days? I'll send it over to you later? Ma Xiaofeng asked nervously. Zhao Yun'er wasn't sure if Ma Xiaofeng really meant it or if she wanted to delay it for as long as possible. Perhaps she would forget about it one day. It's been a few days, but you still haven't shown any signs of returning it. You didn't even tell me before. Tell me, how can I believe you? Zhao Yun'er asked in return. Ma Xiaofeng bit her lower lip aggrievedly. Tears welled up in her eyes. Big sister Yun'er, I beg you. Just give me a few more days. I promise I'll return it. Please don't let my mother know about this. I don't want to be beaten. With that, Ma Xiaofeng started crying. Seeing Ma Xiaofeng like this, she really looked a little pitiful. Crying like this in front of so many people made Zhao Yun'er seem a little overbearing when asking for money. Chapter 486. She knew how to act pitiful in front of everyone to gain sympathy. Of course, this world sympathized with the weak. The people in the carriage immediately began to speak up for Ma Xiaofeng. They were from the same village and knew very well that Ma Xiaofeng's family was poor and did not have it easy. Ma Xiaofeng's cheap mother often scolded and beat her. If they knew that Ma Xiaofeng owed Zhao Yun'er 24 copper coins, they would probably kill her. Yun'er girl, forget it. Anyway, you sell breakfast every day to earn money. Do you still care about Xiaofeng's 24 copper coins? That's right. Yun'er girl, Xiaofeng is so pitiful. Why do you still want her money? You're so stingy. If I could earn money like you, I would definitely not want it. I also think that it's better to forget it. Xiaofeng's family is often so poor that they can't eat. How can they take out 24 copper coins? Listening to these women's words, Zhao Yun'er only felt that it was ridiculous. It was really easy for them to talk. It was not their money, so they said it so easily. They were really standing on the moral high ground to condemn others. Zhao Yun'er really did not know what to say to this kind of people. Zhao Yun'er hooked up the corner of her mouth and sneered, "Aunties, what you're saying is wrong. It's my business that I have money. It's not easy for anyone to earn money. 24 copper coins is also not a small amount. Why don't I want it? When these big landlords collect the land rent, aren't they very rich? When did they exempt you from the rent?" In ancient times, some people had few fields and could not feed their families. They would rent some fields to farm. However, the rent was really too much. Most of the harvest from 1 mu of land was given to the landlords. They only kept a pitiful small portion and worked themselves to death in a year. But if they did not rent the land, then they would not get any food and would only starve to death. After being refuted by Zhao Yun'er, these people were suddenly speechless. They could only force a few words. It's not the same. How is it not the same? It's not all about money. This. Ma Xiaofeng looked at the situation. It was useless for others to speak up for her. Zhao Yun'er was really determined to get money. Immediately he pulled a long face, looking very sad. The people on the ox cart sympathized with Ma Xiaofeng even more. Of all the people he could provoke, he just had to provoke Zhao Yun'er. Even Lu Lei showed a trace of pity, but he couldn't comment. He knew that Zhao Yun'er must have her reasons for doing this. He would not get involved. Lu Lei's pity was caught by Xiao Hong. Xiao Hong quickly jumped out and said, "Yun'er, actually Xiao Feng didn't say that she wouldn't return it to you. Why don't you slow down a little? Little Feng is also quite pitiful." After Xiao Hong said that, the women by the side agreed. Zhao Yun'er glanced at Xiao Hong. She finally knew how to pretend to be kind. "I've already extended the deadline for a few days. It's not like I didn't give her a chance." Sigh, Xiao Hong sighed and said, "Yun'er, can you not be so overbearing? Where it's possible to let people off, one should forgive them. Why can't you let Xiao Feng off?" Zhao Yun'er was not a fool. Xiao Hong was only standing up for Lu Lei to see. This woman disgusted her too much. Zhao Yun'er sneered and stared at Xiao Hong, making Xiao Hong's heart numb. She could only say, "Then how about this? I'll help Xiao Feng pay the 24 copper coins first." Xiao Feng can return it to me later. So that you won't chase Xiao Feng for it. Chapter 487. Ma Xiaofeng looked at Xiao Hong touched. Sister Hong, I'll definitely return the money to you when I earn it. Xiao Hong smiled and comforted her. It's all right, Xiao Feng. Take your time. I'm not in a hurry. Ma Xiaofeng was even more grateful. When Xiao Hong's behavior was compared to Zhao Yun'er's, there was no doubt that Zhao Yun'er was a very mean person. Zhao Yun'er, here you go. Xiao Hong handed the copper coins over. Zhao Yun'er accepted it without hesitation. She sneered and cursed in her heart. Keep pretending. Let's see how long you can keep pretending. That's fine. Now we're even. I'm leaving. Zhao Yun'er said as she drove her little donkey away. After Zhao Yun'er left, the women in the carriage began to criticize Zhao Yun'er and praise Xiao Hong. After all, Xiao Hong didn't care about money at this time and helped them, making them feel that Xiao Hong was generous and righteous. Sister Hong, thank you so much. If it weren't for you, my mother would definitely beat you to death. A kind person like you will definitely have good karma. Of course. A person like Hong will definitely have good karma. Whoever marries her will be blessed. Lulei, to be honest, that Zhao Yun'er isn't much. She's very mean and her behavior is a little indecent. I just don't know why you can't figure it out. Hong is such a good girl. That's right. It's just marrying into the family. You're the only one in your family. It doesn't matter even if you marry in. These women began to persuade Lulei. Lulei was very embarrassed and didn't know how to respond. However, Xiao Hong's image in his heart changed a little. He didn't hate her as much. When Zhao Yun'er returned home, Daodu and Zhao Tianfu weren't there. She didn't know where they went. The village was quite lively today. Because the imperial court was opening up a mine, they sent many troops over. There were probably a few hundred people stationed at the foot of the mountain. As the village chief, Li Jing naturally received these people. The villagers all came over to watch the fun and talk about the reclamation of the iron mine. Opening up a mine was a physical job, so it required manpower. Other than the people sent by the imperial court, they also wanted to recruit more people. Coincidentally, Shuilan village was right next to a mountain. Undoubtedly, it was much more convenient to recruit people from the village. Therefore, many people thought that if they could mine in the mountains, they would definitely earn a lot of money. It was definitely better than farming in the countryside. In addition, with so many people working, it would be good for the little woman to go over and sell some food and drinks. The miners were not criminals. They were free to move around. They worked hard and were very generous with their food. The people from the imperial court set up a stockade at the foot of the mountain and settled down. In addition to the miners, the smelters and weaponsmiths would come one after another. On the way back, Zhao Yun'er heard the women chattering about this matter. He said that it was a good thing for the Shuilan village, and it was also a chance to make a fortune. Zhao Yun'er also heard about the mining from Mu Lianfeng last night, so she wasn't too surprised. Zhao Yun'er first tidied up the things in the house. When lunch was almost ready, she saw an adult and a child walking towards her house. It was Mu Lianfeng and Daodu. Mu Lianfeng held Daodu's hand with a smile on his face. Daodu also grinned as if he hadn't been so happy in a long time. Chapter 488. I was wondering why you were missing. So you left with your father. Zhao Yun'er said with a smile. Looking at this big and small figure, Zhao Yun'er's mouth also hooked up into a smile. Right now the three of them looked like a happy family. Daodu ran excitedly to Zhao Yun'er and said, "Yes, mother." Father took Daodu to the foot of the mountain to see the people that father brought over. There are so many of them. Father is so amazing. Daodu's eyes sparkled as he spoke. He looked at Mu Lianfeng with admiration. Mu Lianfeng was probably a great hero in Daodu's heart. In the end, she couldn't be both a father and a mother. Children still hope to have a father who was as tall as a mountain and as heroic as a hero. Zhao Yun'er patted Daodu's head and said with a smile, "Okay, let's eat quickly." Daodu raised his little face and smiled sweetly. Zhao Yun'er took out the dishes from the pot and called out to Mu Lianfeng and Daodu to eat. The pork bone soup at noon was fragrant after sprinkling some chopped green onions. The vegetables were crispy and sweet, and after adding 2 drops of sesame oil, it was even more refreshing. There was also a plate of scrambled eggs with chili and a plate of steamed bacon. 3 dishes and a soup. It wasn't very sumptuous, but Mu Lianfeng was drooling. He couldn't wait to eat. Before eating, Zhao Yun'er scooped a bowl of soup for Mu Lianfeng and said to Mu Lianfeng, "Drink some soup first." Okay. Mu Lianfeng smiled and took it. "Thank you, Yun'er." You're welcome. Mu Lianfeng took a bite and said with a smile, Yun your cooking is still the best. A bowl of soup soon entered Mu Lianfeng's stomach. Zhao Yun'er gave Mu Lianfeng another bowl of rice, and Mu Lianfeng wolfed it down. It was as if he hadn't eaten for hundreds of years. In the end, Mu Lianfeng ate a total of 4 or 5 bowls of rice. He didn't stop until all the dishes on his plate were gone. Zhao Yun'er looked at Mu Lianfeng and couldn't help laughing. How long have you not eaten properly? Mu Lianfeng elegantly wiped his mouth and said with a smile, It's true that I haven't eaten before. It's just that other people's food doesn't suit my taste. Yun-er, your cooking is still the best. After hearing Mu Lianfeng's words, Zhao Yun'er looked at him carefully and found that he had lost a lot of weight. Zhao Yun'er thought to herself that she had to make some good food for Mu Lianfeng these days to make up for the weight he had lost. Daddy can eat so much. No wonder Daddy is so tall. Dao should eat more too. You'll grow up to be like Daddy in the future. Dao hurriedly lowered his head and dug into the rice in his bowl again. He ate a little more than usual. Seeing Dao like this, Mu Lianfeng's behavior had a great impact on him. Zhao Yun'er suddenly felt that if Mu Lianfeng could stay by Dao's side all the time, Dao's personality would also be influenced by Mu Lianfeng and become a brave and righteous person in the future. After Mu Lianfeng finished eating, he said to Zhao Yun'er reluctantly, Yun'er, I still have work to do. There are a lot of things waiting for me to arrange over there. I'll come back for dinner and accompany you and Dao in the evening. Zhao Yun'er smiled and nodded. He had his own things to do. She wouldn't be so unreasonable as to ask him to accompany her. Go ahead. If I have time, I'll bring you some food. Mu Lianfeng's lips curved into a smile. Okay. Chapter 489. Mulan said, Yun-er, I heard that the people who came to our mountain to mine are from the imperial court. Yes. I also heard that it was the crown prince who brought people here. Zhao Yun'er was stunned. How did the news spread so quickly? Everyone knew that Mu Lianfeng was here. Zhao Yun'er nodded and replied, Yes, the crown prince is here. Yun-er, did the crown prince come to look for you? Yes, he did. Zhao Yun'er didn't know why Mulan was asking this. She felt a little guilty. Mulan sighed and said, That's good. Yun-er, it seems that the crown prince is serious about you. It's not easy to find a good man these days. You must cherish him. I know, sister-in-law Mulan. Brother Eru is not bad either. He's a real man. Mulan smiled shyly at the mention of this. Her man was indeed quite manly. He could protect his child and wife. Moreover, he was quite aggressive at night. During this period of time, she felt that she had become much younger after being nourished. Speaking of which, Zhao Yun'er's fish bubbles were still the best. If it weren't for Zhao Yun'er frequently sending some over, she wouldn't have dared to make so many fish bubbles after washing them. Otherwise, she would be worried that she wouldn't be able to raise a child if she got pregnant. At the mention of Mu Lianfeng, Liang Jinxiao also started to be concerned. Yun-er, didn't you say that there's nothing between you and the crown prince? Why are you now? Mother, it's nothing. We haven't confirmed that we're together. We're dating now, Zhao Yun'er replied. I see, sigh. No matter what, if the crown prince takes a fancy to you, it's your fortune. You can even be a concubine. Liang Jinxiao nagged. Zhao Yun'er could only agree. However, she knew very well that she wouldn't be a concubine. Yun'er girl, are you home? A woman's voice suddenly came from outside the door. Zhao Yun'er looked outside. It was Zhao Yun'er's eldest grandmother, Madame Hu, who was also Zhao Baoshan's eldest brother's wife. Zhao Yun'er frowned slightly. She hadn't interacted with her eldest grandmother for hundreds of years. Why was she here today? Zhao Yun'er remembered that in the past few years when the original owner had an accident, her young mistress had scolded her a lot. She felt that she had gotten pregnant before marriage and had embarrassed the entire old Zhao family. Why was she so enthusiastic about coming to her house today? Eldest grandmother, what's the matter? Zhao Yun'er asked faintly. Her tone wasn't very pleasant. Madame Hu didn't think much of it and continued to smile warmly at Zhao Yun'er. Yun'er girl, it's nothing. I just brought you some eggs. They're for you and Daodu to nourish your bodies. As she spoke, Madame Hu handed the basket in her hand to Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er saw that there were more than 10 eggs in the basket. Her frown deepened and she directly said, Eldest grandmother, why did you bring me eggs for no reason? I have some at home. It's better for you to keep these good things for yourself. Madame Hu didn't expect Zhao Yun'er to refuse without even looking at it. These eggs were a rare thing. Why didn't Zhao Yun'er accept it? Madame Hu smiled awkwardly and said, Yuner girl, take it. It's a little token of my appreciation. Zhao Yuner still didn't accept it and said, eldest grandmother, you must have a reason for bringing these eggs over. If you have something to say, just say it. Chapter 490. Zhao Yuner responded, go ahead. Young mistress heard that you have a good relationship with the heir of the crown prince. Today the heir of the crown prince even came down from the mountain to have lunch with you. Zhao Yuner thought that Madame Hu was well aware of Mu Lianfeng's movements. She reckoned that everyone in the village was secretly paying attention to it. Yes, what's the matter? Madame Hu smiled. It's like this. I heard that when the time comes to mine in the mountains, we will need to recruit people from the nearby villages. I reckon that there will be more people going than the people we need to recruit. Your uncles and cousins, I was wondering if you could talk to the heir of the crown prince and arrange for them to work in the mines so that they can earn some money. When Zhao Yuner heard this, she finally understood why Madame Hu had come to her house. Mining in the mountains meant that the government would pay a lot of money every day. The imperial court would naturally treat them well if they worked for the imperial court. For the villagers, this was a good way to earn money. After mining in the mountains, they would probably be able to earn a lot of money. Everyone was fighting for the job, but there were not many people who wanted it. Therefore, they had to think of ways to make connections to ensure that they could get such a good job. However, it was not easy to find connections. Who would know the heir of the crown prince? Not only Zhao Yuner? Madame Hu did not want to have any contact with Zhao Yuner, but she still came for the money. Seeing that Zhao Yuner was silent, Madame Hu asked anxiously, Yuner, can you help me with this? Zhao Yuner smiled coldly and found it a little funny. When she begged her, her butt was hot. When she did not beg her, she did not think about how she had treated her in the past. Zhao Yuner hated this kind of person the most. Young mistress, it's not good for a woman like me to get involved in this kind of thing. The heir of the crown prince has his own arrangements. Therefore, I can't help you with this matter. When Madame Hu heard Zhao Yuner's words, her face immediately darkened. How can you be like this? He didn't even help his own relatives. Wasn't it just a casual mention in front of the crown prince? Really? Zhao Yuner found it ridiculous. Was it her fault for not helping? Young mistress, even if I mentioned it casually, it might not be useful. Shitzi doesn't like me asking about his business. Don't make things difficult for me. Zhao Yuner replied coldly. Madame Hu snorted, what do you mean by not allowing you to meddle in his business? I think the heir doesn't look at you seriously. You can't say anything in front of him. I reckon that she was just toyed with by the crown prince and was quickly abandoned. Let's see what else you can show off about. Madame Hu's words were said out of anger. She was simply blaming Zhao Yuner for not helping. Zhao Yuner curled the corners of her mouth. She was too lazy to argue with Madame Hu over this matter. Young mistress, since you've said so, then I can't help you with this matter. Please go back. Madame Hu angrily glared at Zhao Yuner. She was still unwilling to give up. If all of their branches were to be arranged into the family, the money they would earn would be enough to buy several mu of land. Then their lives would be much better. Now that the plan was ruined, they did not know how many of them would be selected. After Madame Hu left, Liang Jinxiao sighed and comforted, your young mistress is like this. Don't lower yourself to her level. Chapter 491. That's good. Actually, everyone in the clan doesn't really like your eldest grandma. Back when your grandmother and eldest grandma were still living in the same house, they quarreled fiercely. When the family split up, your grandfather's branch didn't get anything. Your eldest grandma's branch took everything. So the relationship between our two families isn't very good, Liang Jinxiao said. Zhao Yuner actually didn't know about this. However, it seemed that Madame Hu and Hua Chunhua were both eccentric people. She didn't know who was more powerful between the two of them. They were probably on par, right? If there was a chance, she would definitely provoke the battle between Madame Hu and Hua Chunhua and watch the show. Speaking of mining, Zhao Yuner thought that since they were really recruiting people, she should tell Mu Lianfeng and arrange for her father, fourth uncle, second cousin brother, and Zhu Eru to go. As the saying went, one should keep the goodies within one's own family. If the few of them went, they could more or less earn a little. It would be a little tiring, but it was definitely much better than planting crops in the fields. Thus, she told Mulan and Liang Jinxiao about this. Mulan readily agreed. This was a good opportunity. She saved money from selling breakfast every day. Coupled with the money Zhu Eru earned from mining, they could save up a sum of money to build a house as soon as possible. Liang Jinxiao also nodded in agreement. He felt that this opportunity didn't come easily when everyone was fighting for it. Thinking about it, it's useless for second cousin brother and fourth uncle to work. Didn't they give all the money to grandpa and grandma? Zhao Yun suddenly thought of this problem. These two people worked hard for nothing and earned money for the old Zhao family to spend. They hadn't split up yet, so they couldn't keep the money for themselves. Zhao Yun thought for a moment and said to Liang Jinxiao, "Mother, go back and discuss with grandpa and grandma. If they agree to let second cousin and fourth uncle keep half of the money they earn as pocket money, I can help them to arrange for second cousin and fourth uncle to mine in the mountains." What Chunhua would definitely not agree if he did not give her a single cent. Both parties could accept the other half. Liang Jinxiao replied, "All right, I'll go back and ask." Throughout the afternoon, there were many people who came to visit, all for the mining business. Zhao Yun persuaded them to leave one by one. These people were really annoying. When they didn't ask for her help, they avoided her. When they asked for her help, they were more enthusiastic than the other. Fortunately, she had figured it out during this period of time. As for people who suddenly appeared to curry favor with her, she just ignored them. Liang Jinxiao went back and asked. Zhao Baoshan and Hua Chunhua didn't have any objections. After all, if they didn't agree, they wouldn't be able to earn a single cent. If they agreed, at least old Zhao's family would be able to earn some money. Besides, the other half of the money would still be kept by old Zhao's family and not given to others. Mu Lianfeng came back for dinner and had a little to eat. Zhao Yun specially made red braised pork, mapo tofu, meat rolls with eggs and stir-fried vegetables for Mu Lianfeng. Looking at the sumptuous dishes, Mu Lianfeng's lips curled into a blissful smile. It's so good to have a wife. You can eat delicious food. Zhao Yun was amused by Mu Lianfeng. She smiled and said, "Of course it's good to have a wife. Someone can cook and warm the bed." As Zhao Yun blurted out, Mu Lianfeng's chopsticks paused. He looked at Zhao Yun meaningfully. The corners of his mouth curled into a smile as he said, "Since my wife says so, can you warm the bed tonight?" Chapter 492. It's not that cold anymore. Why do you still need someone to warm your bed? But I'm cold. Then I'll let Dao to cover it for you. How can Dao to be as warm as you? Who said that? A child's but has 3 fires. Dao is definitely much warmer than me. When Zhao Yun said this, Mu Lianfeng didn't know whether to laugh or cry. If she wanted to reject him, then so be it. Why did she have to say so much? Looking at Zhao Yun's bright red face, Mu Lianfeng felt that Zhao Yun was unusually cute. Dao was eating when he looked up and smiled at Mu Lianfeng. "Daddy, if you're cold, you can sleep in the middle. That way Dao and Mommy can warm you up." When Mu Lianfeng heard this, he felt that it was very good and readily agreed. "Ah, my son knows how to dote on his daddy. Then it's decided." Zhao Yun only felt that she was once again sold by this precious son of hers. "Mommy, Dao is full. Can we get some meat to feed Xiao Mao now?" Dao held the bowl and asked Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun nodded. "Go ahead." It had been a long time since she fed Xiao Mao meat. Xiao Mao had been working very hard during this period of time, so giving it some meat to eat was considered a reward. Dao held the small bowl and excitedly went out. Seeing Dao trotting out, Zhao Yun's heart melted. When Dao left the room, only Zhao Yun and Mu Lianfeng were left. The temperature in the air seemed to have risen quite a bit. "Yun." Mu Lianfeng stopped eating and muttered as he looked at Zhao Yun with some affection. Before Zhao Yun could react, Mu Lianfeng kissed her on the cheek. Taking advantage of Dao's absence, she stole a kiss like a thief. Zhao Yun took it out and wiped her face, wiping off a lot of oil stains. She took it to Mu Lianfeng with disgust and said to Mu Lianfeng with a serious face, "Don't kiss me when I'm eating in the future. Look, it's so oily." Mu Lianfeng smiled helplessly. He only felt that this Zhao Yun was even cuter in his heart. Okay. I won't do it again," Mu Lianfeng replied. It was the first time he felt so despised. After lunch, Zhao Yun told him about arranging for her father and a few others to go mining. Mu Lianfeng agreed. In addition, he also told Zhao Yun that they needed a few women to cook in the mountains and asked if she could arrange for them. Such a large group of people had come over, and they were currently setting up camp in the open space at the foot of the mountain. Many of them were specially sent by the imperial court, and they needed to be taken care of. And these miners would also provide 3 meals. So with so many people eating, at least 4 to 5 women would be needed to cook. Of course, if the women were to come over to cook, they would also be paid. When Zhao Yun heard this, she thought of her 4th aunt, Aunt Lu, and Aunt Lu's wives. So she said to Mu Lianfeng, Then I'll arrange this. I know who to look for. Mu Lianfeng nodded. I originally asked Li Zheng to look for this matter. Tell him tomorrow that he doesn't need to help. Okay. Actually, this was a good job and she could earn a good salary. Many women could be found in the village and many of them would fight for it. Since she was asked to make the arrangements, she would privately arrange this good job for someone she was close to. Chapter 493. Mu Lianfeng wasn't around during this period of time, and there was no one to tutor Daodu. Now that he was back, Daodu was in high spirits, and he pestered Mu Lianfeng to explain to him. Mu Lianfeng couldn't refuse, so he could only smile and talk about his knowledge. After a while, Daodu was still studying hard, but Mu Lianfeng became anxious. This child wasn't sleeping yet, how could he be intimate with Zhao Yun or later? Thus Mu Lianfeng asked, Daodu, aren't you sleepy? Studying requires a balance between work and rest, why don't you sleep now? Daodu isn't sleepy. Father, are you sleepy? Mu Lianfeng shook his head. Father isn't sleepy either. Then father, let's accompany mother for a while, don't you think so? Mu Lianfeng's mouth twitched slightly and he forced a smile. Daodu seems to be right, then let's continue studying for a while. Yes. Daodu nodded heavily. Mu Lianfeng was a little distracted. He originally thought that it was good for his son to accompany her, but now he felt that his son was getting in the way. There was only one room here and Daodu couldn't do anything else. Mu Lianfeng thought for a while and then said to Zhao Yun, why don't we build a new house? It's too small with only one room and it's not convenient to live in, don't you think so? Zhao Yun smiled. Yes, I also want to build a house. When I have enough money we can build one. You want me to wait for you to save enough money? I have some here, why don't you use mine? We can live in a big house earlier, and Daodu can have his own room in the future. Also, you can build a big house and let your parents come and live with us. It's better to live together as a family. Mu Lianfeng had a point. It was inconvenient for her mother to travel between her house and old Zhao's house every day. But Mu Lianfeng knew that Zhao Yun'er didn't want to spend his money, so he said, I'll pay for it first. If you don't think it's good, you can pay me back when you earn more. What do you think? Zhao Yun'er nodded and said, that's fine. I'll talk to my mother about building a house later. Mu Lianfeng nodded, looking very happy. Once they had a new house, they wouldn't have to wait for Daodu to fall asleep every night. Zhao Yun'er didn't know much about building a house. She had no idea how to build it or how to find the right person. Liang Jinxiao definitely knew more about this than she did. Thinking about building a new house, Zhao Yun'er was still a little excited. After all, this meant that their lives would get better and better. Her shabby straw hut would be extremely cold in winter, and it wouldn't last long. The next morning, Zhao Yun'er left breakfast in the pot for Mu Lianfeng and Daodu. She specially made soy milk. Both of them had to replenish their nutrition. On the way to Yang City, Mulan kept yawning and had 2 dark circles under her eyes. Hence, she smiled and said to Mulan, Sister-in-law Mulan, it seems like I can't even give you fish bubbles in the future, lest you can't sleep well every night. Mulan blushed slightly when Zhao Yun'er said that. She said shyly, Yun'er, I didn't do that with Arrow last night. What's wrong then? Why didn't you sleep well? Chapter 494. When Zhao Yun'er heard this, she frowned and asked, Sister-in-law Mulan, could it be that you've met a pervert? Is there really someone watching your house? When Zhao Yun'er said this, Mulan's heart skipped a beat. It can't be? It's possible. Otherwise, you wouldn't have such a feeling. But, who could it be? Who wouldn't sleep in the middle of the night? Mulan was a little puzzled. Sister-in-law Mulan, how about this? You sleep first tonight. If you find out that someone is watching you, you can get up and sneak a peek. Blow out the lights in the house. Be careful. You might be able to catch them. Mulan felt that Zhao Yun'er's idea was good. Anyway, she had to catch them. Otherwise, she probably wouldn't be able to sleep well after being watched in the future. However, Zhao Yun'er guessed that it was some sort of pervert. After all, there were many perverts in this era. Mulan's brother-in-law was one of them. The person who was sneaking a peek might be Zhu Sanlu. Zhao Yun'er heard from Mulan that after Zhu Sanlu's nether regions were trampled, Mrs. Zhu found a doctor to treat him. Now he was lying in bed half dead. He shouldn't be able to get out of bed now, right? When they arrived at Yang City, the few of them started to sell their food at the stall. Zhao Yun'er's business could be said to be doing better and better. Because of her stall, the other breakfast stalls around her didn't have good business. When Zhao Yun came over, the door of the small house that originally had tables and chairs was actually lifted. The tables and chairs inside were also smashed by someone. When Zhao Yun and Mulan came over and saw this scene, they were stunned. How could this be? Who the hell did this? She didn't catch them on the spot, so naturally she didn't know. But these tables and chairs were all smashed. How could she continue to do business? What's going on? Liang Jinxiao frowned and asked. Zhao Yun took a look inside. The things inside were not robbed or taken away. They were just damaged. The tables and chairs were missing arms and legs. It was obvious that someone deliberately damaged them. It didn't take much to figure out that only her competitors would do such a thing. It was probably because he saw that her business was too popular and affected other people's businesses, so he got jealous and smashed the tables and chairs in his house. Sigh. Mulan sighed. Isn't this a little too wicked? We didn't do anything bad, why are you treating us like this? Zhao sighed and looked around carefully. Fortunately, only the tables and chairs were smashed. The pots and other things could still be used. Zhao Yun said to Mulan and Liang Jinxiao, let's make do with it for now. We'll ask someone to fix the tables and chairs for us later and replace it with an iron door so that people can't break it open. We probably can't let the customers sit down and eat today. There are too many people who are jealous. We can't be sure who it is. We didn't catch them, so it's hard to say. Mulan and Liang Jinxiao nodded. They could only do as Zhao Yun said. The ingredients for breakfast were all prepared. They could not make breakfast today. The few of them tidied up and started to take care of the stall. Although the customers complained a little, they could understand. After all, it wasn't Zhao Yun and the others who wanted it to be like this. With things smashed, they felt worse than anyone else. Because there were no seats, in the end there were still some things left. Chapter 495. Before she was about to pack up the stall, the man in black who had come to Zhao Yun's stall came again. But this time he came over with a man in his hand. When he arrived at Zhao Yun's stall, he directly threw the man over. Zhao Yun and the others were slightly stunned, not knowing what the man in black wanted to do. This is... Zhao Yun looked at the man in black with some confusion. Zhao Yun could not see his appearance very clearly, because it was covered by the hat on his head. The person who smashed your things. The man in black explained, his voice a little cold. Zhao Yun naturally did not expect that someone would help her catch the person who smashed her tables and chairs. Looking at the person on the ground, Zhao Yun had some impression. He also sold breakfast not far from her stall. A man in his early 30s with a somewhat wretched appearance. No wonder he would do things like smashing people's things behind their backs. Zhao Yun was still a little confused and asked the man in black, how do you know it's him? I saw it. Oh. Since you saw it, then there's no doubt it's this person. The man lying on the ground looked at the man in black with some horror, and immediately bowed his head to Zhao Yun and admitted his mistake. Miss, I'm sorry, the things in your house were indeed smashed by me. I just see that your business is too good, and my heart feels uncomfortable, so I promise I won't dare to do it again. After your tables are repaired, no matter how much money it costs, I'll pay for it. Zhao Yun saw that the man on the ground was very cowardly, and his attitude of admitting his mistake was also very sincere. Since he had already said that he would pay for it, she was too lazy to not let it go. So she said, all right then, I'll let it go this time. If I find out that you're playing tricks next time, I'll definitely not let you off. Don't worry, miss, I definitely won't. I won't dare to do it again. All right then, you go back and arrange for someone to repair my table. After it's repaired, this matter will be over. The man hurriedly responded, okay miss, don't worry. Zhao Yun responded faintly. The man looked at the man in black nervously and asked carefully, Can I go now? The man in black glanced at him coldly and said, get lost. Zhao Yun couldn't help but look at the man in black. Why did she feel that his ice-cold appearance was somewhat cool? The man in black also seemed to feel Zhao Yun's gaze, and his whole body was somewhat uncomfortable. She said to Zhao Yun, I've found the person who smashed your things. I'm leaving now. Wait. Zhao Yun stopped him. The man in black replied faintly, Miss, is there anything else? Thank you for what happened today. Thank you for helping me catch the person. The man in black replied faintly, you're welcome. Mistreated me to a meal before, and I have nothing to repay you with. I can only do what I can. Zhao Yun smiled, then I still have to thank you. I'm leaving first. The man in black didn't dare to look at the smile on Zhao Yun's face. Wait. Zhao Yuner called out again. As she spoke, she took out a few buns from the steamer, which were not sold out today, and stuffed them into the man in black's hands. Take these buns and eat them. I didn't sell all of them today. Although they're not worth much, they're quite delicious and they're filling. Take it as my thanks for helping me today. Chapter 496. He didn't want it at first, but he couldn't resist the temptation of the steamed buns. In the end he took a bite. Thank you, Mississippi, you're welcome. The man in black took the steamed buns and left. Zhao Yuna looked at the man's back. No matter how she looked at him, she felt that he wasn't simple. Just now when he caught the man he was so handsome. He had extraordinary skills and was skilled in martial arts. Zhao Yuna was curious. How could such a person be so miserable? It was reasonable to say that with his skills he should be able to earn money, right? Mulan also looked at the man in black and said to Zhao Yun, "Oh, Yun-er, I didn't expect him to help us." Zhao Yuner smiled, "Give a peach and return a plum. It's not a bad thing to help others." Yun-er, you're right. Let's go. We can pack up and go home. Okay. Zhao Yun-er asked Mulan to bring back some of the leftovers from selling breakfast. After selling breakfast for so long, the children at home didn't eat much. The steamed dumplings and steamed buns overflowed with a strong fragrance. When Zhao Yun-er arrived home, there was a woman guarding the door. Ma Xiaofeng's mother, Qian Chuanxiu, came over. Looking at her angry face, it was obvious that she was here to cause trouble. Sure enough, when Zhao Yuner's carriage stopped in the yard, Qian Chuanxiu rushed up angrily. Zhao Yuner wondered if it was because of Ma Xiaofeng's 24 copper coins. "Aunt Chuanxiu, I don't know why you came to my house?" Zhao Yuner asked. "Zhao Yuner, you little b***, you still have the nerve to ask. It's all your fault. What did I do? And are you talking about the 24 copper coins that Xiaofeng owes me? She had already paid me back and you can't blame me for this. That's because she spent so much money on my breakfast stall. Isn't it wrong for you to come looking for trouble with me?" After Zhao Yuner said this, Qian Chuanxiu was stunned. What? Xiaofeng actually owed Zhao Yuner 24 copper coins? When had this wretched lass not mentioned this to her? And when did he return it? Where did the money come from? Qian Chuanxiu suddenly remembered that her daughter had been selling vegetables in Yang City all day. Could it be that she had taken the money from her earnings? Thinking of this, Qian Chuanxiu became even angrier. That damn girl actually learned to do this kind of thing. She would definitely beat her to death later. I'm not talking about that. If it's not about that, then why did Auntie come here? Zhao Yuner frowned again. She couldn't figure it out. Zhao Yuner, why are you so vicious at such a young age? It's already not easy for me, a widow, to raise 2 children. It wasn't easy for Li Zheng to sympathize with me. Yesterday he recommended me to cook for the miners. Today he suddenly said that he couldn't do it anymore. Master Shitzi arranged for you to recommend someone. I'm almost out of rice at home. Don't you think that you're deliberately forcing me to my death? Qian Chuanxiu cried loudly and immediately attracted the attention of others. Many villagers who wanted to join in the fun gathered around. When they heard Qian Chuanxiu's words, they began to sympathize with her. It's not easy for Aunt Qian. Her family doesn't have any fields and she still has to raise 2 children. It's not easy for her to come across an opportunity to earn money. It's good to let her go. Sigh, didn't Lord Li Zheng think of her? Who doesn't have difficulties in the village? Her family's life is the most difficult in our village. Chapter 497. In the end, it's all because of Zhao Yuner. If she hadn't wanted to share the benefits with her family, sister-in-law Chuanxiu wouldn't have ended up like this. That's why I say that some people are so vicious and inhumane. What can we do? She's related to the heir. Most of these women who were scolding Zhao Yuner were the ones who had asked for help yesterday, but were rejected by Zhao Yuner. Now they could hit her while she was down. Zhao Yuner coldly swept a glance at Qian Chuanxiu, who was causing trouble. Indeed, only a weirdo like Qian Chuanxiu could give birth to a daughter like Ma Xiaofeng. Both mother and daughter had their own unique characteristics. Before Zhao Yuner could say anything to Qian Chuanxiu, Mu Lianfeng came back holding Daoda's little hand and spoke in a cold voice. I'd like to know who's causing trouble. If there's anything, you can talk to me directly. Everyone's gaze fell on Mu Lianfeng. Qian Chuanxiu sniffled and started to kneel in front of Mu Lianfeng to complain tearfully. She was simply saying that she was poor and that it wasn't easy to raise 2 children. After Qian Chuanxiu finished crying, Mu Lianfeng said indifferently, So? Heir, So shouldn't the heir take pity on her and ask her to cook? Shouldn't he give her such a good job? Your Highness. I want to cook, please give me a chance. Why should I give you a chance? Or rather, what right do you have to negotiate with me? Because I'm poor? Mu Lianfeng sneered. This is the reason why you're here to cause trouble for Yuner? Just because you're poor, I have to give you this opportunity? If we're talking about the hardships of life, I'm afraid that Yuner has had it even harder than you over the past few years. However, Yuner relied on her own two hands to make her life better and better. Remember, opportunities are not given to you by others. You create them yourself. Since you feel that you're poor, you should work hard to change the situation instead of finding trouble with Yuner like you did. Since everyone is here, then this heir will make things clear. This heir will be in Shuilan village for the next few days. If anyone comes to Yuner to be picky about food, then don't blame this heir for being impolite. After Mu Lianfeng finished speaking, Chen Chuanxiu was dumbfounded. The surrounding women didn't even dare to fart. Who would dare to provoke Mu Lianfeng? Zhao Yuner stood on Mu Lianfeng and stared at the man standing in front of her. It was so nice to have him by her side. He spoke in an orderly manner that no one could refute. Zhao Yuner never thought that her man would be so outstanding. With Mu Lianfeng's protection, there would be a lot less trouble around her in the future. At this time Ma Xiaofeng came over. When she heard Mu Lianfeng's words, she helped Chen Chuanxiu up and advised, "Mother, let's go. Don't provoke the heir apparent. Otherwise, we won't be able to bear the consequences." Chen Chuanxiu was already in a bad mood. When she saw Ma Xiaofeng, she remembered that Ma Xiaofeng owed Zhao Yuner 24 copper coins. She immediately started scolding and beating Ma Xiaofeng. "You wretched girl, when did you owe someone 24 copper coins? You didn't even tell me." Ma Xiaofeng's braids were grabbed by Chen Chuanxiu and she started shouting in pain, "Mother, it hurts. Let go." In fact, Ma Xiaofeng didn't just feel pain. It was also because Chen Chuanxiu hit her in front of so many people, which made her lose face. Chapter 498. As Chen Chuanxiu spoke, she slapped Ma Xiaofeng's face. Ma Xiaofeng cried out in pain, "Mother, don't hit me anymore. It hurts. Sister Xiaohong lent me this money to repay my debt." "Then don't you owe Xiaohong that girl money now? You wretched girl. You actually spent 24 copper coins. See if I don't beat you to death." Qian Chunhua directly picked up the stick on the ground and whipped Ma Xiaofeng's body. Ma Xiaofeng's arm was covered in red marks. Seeing Ma Xiaofeng like this, Zhao Yun suddenly understood why Ma Xiaofeng was so scared. This Chen Chuanxiu was completely perverted. Her own daughter was already so old, yet she still hit her like this. The surrounding people couldn't stand it anymore and advised, "Enough, sister-in-law Chuanxiu, Xiaofeng didn't owe so much money on purpose. Did someone deliberately make Xiaofeng owe so much money? Even if you hit her like this, she won't be able to get so much money." These words also implied that it was all Zhao Yuner's fault. "That's right, sister-in-law Chuanxiu. Xiaofeng is usually quite sensible. You can't hit her just because of this matter. Sister-in-law Chuanxiu, forget it. Don't hit her anymore. She's already so old. She'll feel bad if she gets hit." Chen Chuanxiu was persuaded. Although she stopped, she still said this angrily. "I don't know if it's because I did too many bad things in my previous life that I gave birth to such a money-losing thing in this life." "Wu," Ma Xiaofeng lowered her head and cried. "Hurry up and go back." Chen Chuanxiu scolded. Ma Xiaofeng left with Chen Chuanxiu feeling aggrieved. Before she left, she glared at Zhao Yuner hatefully. The noisy scene in front of the door began to calm down again. Zhao Yun breathed a sigh of relief. She was troubled by trivial matters every day. When would there be no more weirdos? Sigh. Zhao Yun sighed and began to move the things into the house. Mu Lianfeng hurried forward and said, "Yuner, let me do it. You've been busy enough this morning." Zhao Yuner glanced at the tall man. Was he feeling sorry for her? "All right, you do it." Yeah. Mu Lianfeng neatly unloaded the things from the car. He didn't expect him to be so good at such menial work. "Yuner, I wasn't by your side in the past and I made you suffer. With me around in the future, I will never let anyone bully you." Mu Lianfeng seemed to be making a promise to both Zhao Yuner and himself. Zhao Yun responded. In fact, he didn't need to say these things. She already knew in her heart. Zhao Yuner rested for a while before preparing to cook. Mu Lianfeng also followed in. "Yuner, can you teach me how to cook?" Zhao Yuner thought she heard wrong. What did this guy say? Teach him how to cook. You want to learn how to cook? Yes. Mu Lianfeng nodded heavily and said, Yuner, when I learn how to cook, I can cook for you. Now that I know how to make a fire, it won't take long to learn how to cook. When the time comes, you can rest and I'll do all the cooking. Mu Lianfeng said as he looked at Zhao Yuner with eyes full of tenderness. Zhao Yuner couldn't describe her feelings at this moment. For a man of Mu Lianfeng's status, it was good enough that he wasn't served by others, but he was actually serving others for her. Chapter 499. Zhao Yuner also knew that only when a man loved a woman deeply would he be like this. Men in this era basically did not touch the kitchen. They felt that cooking was something that only women would do. Even a man like Zhu Eru, who was good to Mulan, had never thought of cooking for Mulan. Mu Lianfeng saw that Zhao Yuner did not say anything and thought that Zhao Yuner did not agree, so he continued, Yuner, teach me. I promise that I will learn quickly. Zhao Yuner was amused by Mu Lianfeng. Are you sure you want to learn? Yes. Mu Lianfeng nodded heavily. Then it's a deal. If I learn how to cook, I may not cook often and leave it to you. Do you still want to learn now? Mu Lianfeng still agreed without hesitation. Of course, learn. Yuner, then you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Leave it to me. In the future, I will cook for you Daodu for the rest of your life. Zhao Yuner's mouth raised a happy smile and said with a smile, Ha, that's good. Then I will teach you. In the future, I will leave the cooking to you. In the future, you will be a house husband. Mu Lianfeng suddenly found it difficult to understand what a house husband meant. He asked doubtfully, Yuner, what is a house husband? Zhao Yuner also found it difficult to explain, so she smiled and said, It means that in the future I will be responsible for earning money to support the family, and you will be responsible for being as beautiful as a flower. You will take care of the chores at home. You will be my little wife. Mu Lianfeng smiled awkwardly at Zhao Yuner's words. Yuner, I am a man. How can I be a little wife? A little wife does not refer to a woman, but to a woman who plays the role of a woman in the family. Okay then, but you can't let others know about this. Only we can know. Zhao Yuner was in a good mood. She didn't know how her relationship with Mu Lianfeng had suddenly become so close. He could actually joke around so casually. In the kitchen, Zhao Yuner began to teach Mu Lianfeng how to cook. Mu Lianfeng also learned quickly. After Zhao Yuner demonstrated a few times, he also sat up. Perhaps it was because Mu Lianfeng had been practicing martial arts for a long time, but he was better at cutting vegetables than Zhao Yuner. His knife skills were simply extraordinary. The meal was cooked under the joint efforts of the two people, and they ate it with incomparable sweetness. After lunch, Mu Lianfeng went to the foot of the mountain again. Yuner, I might not be able to come back for dinner tonight. There are a lot of things I have to deal with over there. Zhao Yuner nodded and said, It's okay. Go ahead and do your work. I will bring you dinner. Isn't that too troublesome? It's not troublesome. Okay then. Yuner, I will wait for your dinner. Zhao Yuner smiled and nodded. Okay. In the afternoon, Liang Jinxiao came to help. Zhao Yuner told her about arranging for her fourth aunt and Aunt Lu to help cook. Liang Jinxiao felt that this was a good thing. If she didn't help Zhao Yuner take care of the stall, she also wanted to go. Mother, I want to build a house. In the future, you and father can move out and live there. When she heard Zhao Yuner say that she wanted to build a house, Liang Jinxiao knew that such a day would come, but she didn't expect it to be so early. Chapter 500. In terms of money, Zhao Yuner was not worried. No matter how expensive it would not exceed 100 taels of silver. Mu Lianfeng directly gave her 200 taels of silver this time. In addition to building a house, it was also enough for her to buy some furniture. Mother, it's fine. Let's build a brick house. This time let's build a bigger house. Everyone in our family will have a room to live in. Moreover, Tianan and Tianfu will grow up, get married and have children. If we don't build a bigger house, it won't be enough for them to live in. It's best if we can build a dozen rooms and make it into a big courtyard. You're really thinking far ahead. If we build such a big brick house, it probably won't be enough without 40 to 50 taels of silver. Mother, you don't have to worry about the money. I have enough here. That's good. Then I'll go back and talk to your father. When we build a big house, we have to buy the foundation first. Zhao Yuner nodded in agreement. She did not know much about building a house, so she could only leave it to her parents. However, Zhao Yuner knew that with her parents around, these things could be done well. Although Zhao Wenhua's personality was a little weak, she was good at doing things. Okay. After preparing breakfast and other things, Zhao Yun first went to Auntie Lu and told her. The cooking work had to be done tomorrow. These few days the workers were eating the food sent by the villagers. Auntie Lu was very grateful to Zhao Yun for thinking about her. Her family could not do without a woman to take care of it, so she arranged for a daughter-in-law to stay behind. She was going to go with another daughter-in-law. The daughter-in-law was Lu Shan's wife, Madame Zhou. The reason why Madame Zhou stayed behind was to let Madame Zhou cook. On the other hand, Madame Zhou was pregnant again. It was only slightly more than a month, so her belly did not show. The villagers were poor. Even if a woman was pregnant, it was not that precious. It was not to the extent of not working and lying in bed. On the contrary, most pregnant women would work until a few days before giving birth. It was definitely easier to arrange for Madame Zhou to cook 3 meals at home than for hundreds of people. Speaking of Madame Zhou's pregnancy, Auntie Lu sighed and said, I just don't know if my eldest daughter-in-law is pregnant with a daughter. What if it's a daughter again? I haven't had a grandson yet. Zhao Yun sighed in her heart. This Auntie Lu really had a soft spot for her grandson. It seemed that if her 2 daughters-in-law didn't give birth to a boy, she would always be brooding. Zhao Yun smiled and comforted her. This baby will definitely be a boy. Really? How did you know? Auntie Lu, don't worry. What will come will come. Your family is so nice. There will be a boy. Hearing Zhao Yun's words, Auntie Lu was in a good mood. She laughed and said, Yuner girl, you really know how to talk. If it's a boy, I'll definitely treat you to a meal. Zhao Yun laughed twice. In fact, she did not understand why the ancient people were so keen on having a boy. They probably did not know how much pressure a boy in the 21st century had on his family. Getting married, buying a house. They were just pursuing a child to carry on the family line. But there were so many people. If you didn't give birth, there would be other people to give birth to. There would not be a time when they would perish. On her way back from Auntie Lu's place, Zhao Yun thought that she was still short of 2 people. Who should she arrange? Who were the good people in this village? You're tuning in to the Dreamy Chapters YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.